Rock Samson on the MPC. I go by Hazerd. Let's get right to it. Look. Light it up, let's get it cracking like we packing a bow. I've been told off for the kush, I got immaculate flow. Off the 40s, I can spit these battle raps at your dome. Combine them both on the Mexican rap bands to the go. Well, if I'm gonna be the chivo, then y'all gonna take the sweater. No, I be stunning fools that can't relate. I call them on my yernos, used to scribble in cuadernos, now I write in my mind. So when they ask me off the top, I tell them yes every time. You'll try stepping on lines. I got a Walter White recipe. Chef pure dope, this all blue, really my specialty. Guess I'm really meant to be the best, nobody next to me. I be feeling myself, finesse without the ecstasy. Mix it with the agony, then understand who has it be. A flawed individual with a criminal tapestry. But my rap sheet all behind me like the backseat. Rear view, push forward till these fuckers fear you. If I appear to not fear you, that's accurate. Schooled by the demons from a tribe full of savages. Serve them in the streets with the properest package. And when it come to beef, just know I know how to handle it. Hey yo, they call me Hazerd to the fucking mic. I came in and burned this bitch down one time. Shout out to the We Don't Smoke the Same pod.
I'm gonna come.
Live on Be Real TV. Rock Samson on the MPC. Yeah.
What is up? Welcome back to another episode of the We Don't Smoke the Same podcast here on YouTube and Patreon. Let's give it up for the guest, bro, for real. Like, cause he kicked up dope flow for you guys over here. Give it up for the one and only Hazerd.
Appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for having me on, for real.
Hazerd and Rock Samson doing a little fucking duo for you guys, and we're gonna definitely get into it right now after the intro. But definitely, I had to give the props where props are due because. You was getting off, bro.
No, I appreciate it, doggy. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
But before we continue, I do want to give a big shout out to our sponsors that make the show possible and make it happen for you and me. Big shout out to Mission Smog. If you're having smog check problems, hit up the one and only Mission Smog in the city of Riverside and get your smog check passed, guaranteed. I promise you that will not be a problem. Your engine may be shit and you need to get that fixed, but your smog check's gonna pass. I'll tell you that much. I promise you. Hit them up. Sponsor the We Don't Smoke the Same podcast. Also, make sure you guys hit up Junkyard Trading Cards out there in Long Beach. Hit up Junkyard Trading Cards. It just had a grand opening about 2 weeks ago. It's been nonstop business. I know some of you fools be collecting cards because I know you guys are on whatnot and I see what you guys are purchasing and you guys hit me up for cards. So hit them up because that's where I be getting them from sometimes. So make sure you guys hit them up at Junkyard Trading Cards out there in Long Beach.
Damn, you need a breather halfway through the ad reads? Usually,
Well, we were talking a lot before, but
he was just so excited after that mix.
Damn, chill, fool. You're supposed. Also, a big shout out to Hazerd at Hazerd Extracts. Make sure you guys follow them at Hazerd Extracts and the number one all together on Instagram. Check them out. They got great flavors. They're working on some new flavors always. We got these gummies collaborations coming out. It's going to be great. The Stars of Death are coming back, except they're on the We Don't Smoke the Same team. Also, make sure you guys get your pair of shades to protect your eyes with the one and only Pakalolo Flies at pakaloloflies.com. And use code word EZONEBRealTV. Save yourself some money and protect your eyes from them harmful LED rays. Also, next up on the list, I'm smoking on the award-winning Chiclets Hash Hole, Pink Chiclets Hash Hole, won Kush Talk 2025. Make sure you get it on the secret menu, which you guys know if you're on Patreon, or just if you see us in person, make sure you guys get it in your life. There's no excuse you shouldn't be smoking a Chiclets Hash Hole. Also, next up on the list, I do want to give a big shout out to simplymary.co. Check out their selection online and place your order. And last but not least, a big shout out to A+ Products. A+ Products, hit them up for any embroidery needs for your business. If you're thinking about starting a business, if you want to do a birthday gift for somebody, you want to get an embroidered jacket, you want to customize something, he does all of that. It's a one-stop shop. A small business. Make sure you guys check him out.
No tariff.
Get his fucking page up back to what he needs, he used to be at, because he got deleted. And you know when you get your page deleted, that shit sucks if you're out here really doing your business thing. So make sure you guys check him out at A+ Products. We all tag him. And the new hats for the month are going to be coming from A+ Products. So make sure you guys check him out. He's designing them and making them. So You guys are gonna love them. Everybody's getting hooked up individually. Yeah, and before we continue and on with the rest of the introductions, I want to remind everybody there is a giveaway. There is a giveaway going down. Because you guys voted, we are going to do 2 giveaways. So if you want to win one of the brand new blind boxes of the Labubu by Pop Mart version 3, which is but brand new blind box. These things are going. But people are paying like $100 on these. It's crazy.
$100 for a little monito.
Bro, it's nuts, bro, because they're so sold out everywhere. But you can get one here if you just super chat $10 and just write the word Labubu if you're interested in this raffle. Nah, doesn't matter. I understand these fools are high. Or if you're
know your audience.
Yeah. If the boo-boos are not really your thing, you can, but you're more of a sports person, how about you join us at the soccer game on Saturday and you win yourself a pair of tickets to the LAFC game this Saturday against the Houston Dynamo, which we will be winning. So come enjoy a winning game this Saturday. To whoever wins, you win a pair of tickets, so you plus one guest could come join us and come hang out with the 42s and be hanging out, getting high with us and just chilling and enjoying the LAFC vibe at a brand new stadium that looks appropriate for a soccer team to represent Los Angeles. Now, with that being said, what is going on, XG?
What's up, dog? Read the super chat that just came in.
No.
Read it, dog. I want to win the Labubu too, homie. Read the super chat, dog. I can participate, right? Is that
Yours costs
He
$20.
wrote XG needs the Labubu.
What's up? Thank you for already super chatting. I already did. Let's go win the Labubu. Izon's hot about these. I got people hitting me up for them. So don't miss out. Super chat this away.
Yeah, I remember the Beanie Babies.
Y'all, we've been talking about them.
Modern day Beanie Babies.
Yeah, 100%. Those things are going to have no value in 2 years.
Now we're the hustlers. That's the difference.
Good for y'all.
Yeah, you gotta
I love that for you.
You gotta be in touch with all this shit, bro. Like if something is selling off the shelves, I'm gonna find out where it's coming from, who's making it, who speaks English there. I need to fucking know.
That's right.
You know what I mean? How many? What's the minimum order? How fast can I get them? That's just the way I look at things. You know what it is, dog.
That's that hustler by nature shit, you know?
Yeah, bro.
That's when it's in your blood, for sure.
That's that seeing your mom work 3 jobs shit.
Yeah,
yeah, like straight up.
For sure.
What's going on, Rock Samson? Thank you for the dope mix and the dope collaboration, which I'm about to officially introduce the guest. But what's up, Rock?
Chilling, man. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Not our first jam together. We did a 40-ounce Fridays last year, so we need to get another one of those in.
Yeah.
But yeah, happy to be here. How's everybody doing on this Thursday?
That's very calm for like your white guy drinking mode. Usually you're turned up and you're yelling into the mic when you drink.
Hey!
All right.
Hey, yo.
Sorry, that was a lot louder than I thought. I hurt my ears too. I'm sorry.
Thanks for reminding him that that's what we love when he does that.
Yeah. I could have been simmered down and chilled this whole episode. You fucked it up.
Yeah, but usually act like white trash. No,
I got the sleeveless cut off in the hat that's the hat that says I love Latinas.
That mullet's coming in heavy, dog.
Bro, I'm doing a photo shoot with like a really like talented photographer exclusively because I have a mullet.
Nice. I fuck with it.
Yeah, it's working.
Nice. Little male on male erotic shoot, huh?
Yeah, you're coming, right?
I ain't fit for that.
Is he gonna be? Are you modeling for Pats and Blue Ribbon?
For Pat, what?
Pats and Blue Ribbon, the beer.
It's called
Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Drink that shit.
You just
Someone make a clip.
Did you just
Someone
us?
make a fucking clip, bro.
Hey, yo, y'all got any passing Blue Ribbon and some pizza?
Pabst and Blue Ribbon and some pizza.
Pabst and Blue Ribbon to get you deported, dog. In today's climate, pero be careful where you order that at. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
In
but
certain parts of the country, there's a demographic of people.
You say
Pats and Blue Ribbon. Isn't there
No.
a ribbon in there?
There is not an and.
Okay, there's no and. The ribbon's not an and, pal. Damn, you be smoking a lot, huh?
I just fucking.
You thought the ribbon was an and?
fool, you get pulled over.
No, hold on. You thought the ribbon was an and, huh?
Damn.
You
Pabst
did,
and
for
Blue
sure.
Ribbon.
For sure.
Oh, there's no and. There's no ampersand. It's just Pabst Blue Ribbon.
Chili, make him a logo with the Pabst and Blue Ribbon.
Holy shit! It got Pabst and Blue Ribbon.
Yeah, that was how you said it. It was how you said it to those PAPS, Paps and
Pabst and Blue. I mean,
Pabst Blue Ribbon. That's it.
That's the
That's not
Maidonas.
even that bad off.
That's the
You
Maidonas.
added a word.
Ain't that bad for English as my second language? It's not that bad.
Oh, is it
honestly.
It's a little
Of course,
bad.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
I'm a
fucked up. I
ESL
can't make
kid.
fun of you. That's
Thank
fucked
dog.
up.
No,
Yes,
he
you
speaks
can.
English
Yes,
enough
you
to get in
can.
here and do what he
Dog,
does.
Yeah, you're not
No.
allowed to.
No,
It's a
because-
fucking-
Nah, don't
Because
give
you
him a
gotta
pass.
think in a second language.
Yeah, politically incorrect.
You're not Chinese, bro. Chill. All right. Yeah, bro. And yeah. Even they would say it right. You know why? Because they care. Yeah,
They're not trying to get the
Yeah.
point. If you
want to be in this country,
You gotta say the name right. You can say the name of our staple beverages correctly. You get my beverage's name right.
It's Bud and Light, right?
Oh my fucking god! All right, so today's show
Yeah.
consists of Hazerd, Rock Samson, and E-Zone.
Yep. Turn off XG's dyslexic ass mic. Yeah, but let's officially welcome the guests. Let's give it up for the one and only Hazerd joining us in the house over here, and give it up for that dope mix that he had over here, man.
No, I appreciate that, man. Thank y'all for having me. We got some gifts from y'all. We appreciate you. Shout out my boys, Balls of the Walls Genetics.
Yeah.
So everybody got a little cannelline.
Salud.
Yeah, exactly. Salud.
I'm gonna put this shit in my Dr.
Been a
Pepper.
while
Pour
since I've
up,
seen
whatever the
10,000
case is.
milligrams on anything.
You know, you know. So yeah, shout out my guy though, Steve over at Balls of the Walls.
1,000 milligrams is sometimes needed, bro. Like, what's a good situation you need 1,000 milligrams for?
Cancer.
He dove right into the deep end. Holy shit!
Cancer.
Well, you won.
Oh,
You know?
woof. Okay, so we know the
Hey,
extreme.
the homie from Chicklets though, he gave me this he gave me this hand
Hash
roll.
roll.
It was a hash hole. What was it? What's the pink joint?
It's the pink runts,
Pink. Okay, bruh.
pink chiclets.
Big chicklets.
Pink Chicklets. Yo, listen, man, that shit got me shooting. It's cool. It's kind of like a really, really, really strong espresso.
And they just won an award for this at Kush Stock.
That's fire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Where are you from? Like, are you from the IE or?
I'm from the IE. Yeah. I'm from Ontario. Out there in the west end of the IE. That's where I grew up at. I was actually born in Montebello. I was born in Beverly Hospital. Like my whole family's kind of from the east side. And then
Did you grow up in Montebello or you?
nah, I went to I started kindergarten in Montebello, and then in kindergarten, like 2 months into kindergarten, we moved out to my city, and then I went to school out there my whole life.
Damn. I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like even though LA and the IE, it's like it's a drive away.
Yeah.
It's almost like two different worlds sometimes.
Yeah, there's a lot of what I would say is, especially like when I was growing up, it was definitely just quieter, right? Like a lot of places now, like the city's completely built out. But when I was growing up, they had like empty fields and shit, you know? And you like run through the kids that like to ride their bikes, the BMX shit, they would like build ramps and shit. That was like right there. So it was a lot, I guess, smaller in that way. And, you know, like everybody, like I was part of, I guess, like a wave of people that kind of moved out during that time. But I was like the first person, like in my neighborhood with my group of friends, that wasn't like a cousin of somebody. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
'cause
Everybody else was related.
That's what it was originally. Like the IE was just mostly like a lot of like originally because it's like fools that knew how to use that land to start a business, like farmers and shit like that. And then that's family. They'll just start growing and they'll all just grow around that area. You know what I mean? They'll be like, compró casa aquí. They'll build a house there. That was old.
Yeah.
And then like when shit started getting bad out here, fools started moving out there. Like rent went up. There was niggas was banging food. Like
Remember the first time you went to the IE?
Yeah, I remember going to Riverside as a kid.
Yeah, you go and then your parents take you and be like, oh, your aunt bought a house.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but that's
And you
it.
go look at the house
But
and
that's
it's
far out. I mean, that's far from me.
But it was
Riverside's
nice
far-
at the
that's-
time,
that's
though.
far out. Yeah.
It was nice at the time, though. I remember going to that exact situation where you're like, fulano compró una casa. Vamos a ir a ver. Los invitaron. Está haciendo carne asada. And then you go, I'm just like, damn.
And your
You
parents
see-
not thinking about it.
No,
Your parents
no,
start
yeah.
looking around, they're like, we could have
Bro,
this.
and then
we gotta drive an hour and a half every day.
And then I started, yeah, bro.
But I would say that, well, one for me, just because of where my whole family was from, and then on the part of the IE that I'm at, right? It's the next city over is Pomona, and that's LA County. So when I was growing up, it wasn't that far. You know what I'm saying? Really, it didn't seem that far. I see you go see family on the weekends and shit, whatever, holidays or whatever the case is. But not like the way I grew up. Like, what I would say is, by the time I was a teenager, I was already like fucking with the music and stuff, and I would go out. I didn't know where to go, so somebody had told me like, go to Fairfax, go to Melrose, go to Sunset, go out there. All right, fucking, I remember the first time we did that shit. I didn't know where the fuck we were going. Piled in the homie's Astro van. That fool had like a van at like 12. So we piled in his fucking van and we went out to Melrose. And we were like looking for, they were like, just find a record store. If they sell vinyl, if they sell records, that's where you want to be at. All right. So I started finding like open mics and shit like that, Old Fat Beats, or what was the other one called?
You say open mics though, like, because we've all done comedy, but like that's what we think open mics is, like, you know.
Same concept. It'll be a DJ spinning, and he's just spinning, break records and shit like that. And they'll have a dude kind of hosting, and he'll just kind of be freestyling. The homie El Scatter used to do a lot of them. So like he would El Scatter would he's like a Project Blow dude, and he's like an Asian dude. I don't know what his exact race is, but I know he's like kind of part Asian. But this fool had dreads for years, like really long ass dreads.
That's rare, right
and
there.
Yeah, I know. And
that's like
fool,
seeing like almost like a black Asian with the eyes.
Like, yeah, I guess
that's
so.
kind of rare, right there.
So this fool would do like a lot of these. He would host them and shit like that, and he'd be like freestyling. And then if somebody walked up and tried to introduce themselves, or if you knew somebody that knew him, hey, look, I rap, bro. Like, let me get on. And then you walk up, you wait your turn. Basically, people go rap a verse or whatever the case is. And if it was like a competitive kind of environment, fools might start dissing each other, and all of a sudden you got a kind of a battle on some 8 Mile shit, like that. That's what I mean by like
the real 8 Mile shit. Because
for real, like we were doing
his name is Clarence.
Yeah, no, we were doing this.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh yeah, we were doing full battles. We used to have battles in school. We would shut the whole school down. Like during lunch, the campus police would come and break it up because this is pre-social media, so it's a big deal. Like, oh, this fool has in a battle again. The whole fucking school come out.
Well, ever get too heated?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay,
Absolutely.
I was gonna say that because in that scene, why do fools? All right, fools don't like. They have to go understanding like, all right, fool, who's gonna talk shit? Like, don't take it personal, doggy.
I say this with all due respect, but like, you're not going in there with emotional maturity. You know what I mean? You're going in there to just like try to fuck somebody up, and then you get done, and you're like hyped up and shit. So obviously, you're not gonna take it on the chin well.
Like, what if like somebody like
the whole point? Okay, so the whole point of battling is supposed to be say the most disrespectful shit and be mentally wittier than the other person and beat that person with your words. It's not really. It really is kind of looked at as some goofy shit. Like, and you can ask any of the battlers. You can ask the battlers that are known for having been in fights. Yeah. They'll say like it's a bad look. Like I'm an idiot for doing that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's not considered a cool thing. Like to me, it was always like, and it would get heated at times. We had fights. People get stomped out. Like, shit happens for sure.
But it was just about being witty.
Over words, But it was supposed to be that. It was supposed to be, I'm going to insult this fool, and if he can't insult me better or flip that insult somehow, then...
I mean, that's why Rabbit won. Because the other guy had nothing to talk shit about because he sat there and dissed himself for fucking 2 minutes, and he's like, all right, what you got? And the guy, fool, you just stole all my fucking punchlines, dog.
Did you hear that he actually... that a lot of that shit that he took was... from his real life, like he was chopping it. It came out like last week. I seen this video. They were chopping it up like during the movie, and he's talking to him and he's asking him about his life and shit like that. And then
his insults were actually at the actor
to him.
That's Captain Falcon, right?
The black Captain America.
Like when he goes 1 Pac, 2 Pac, 3 Pac, 4 Pac.
Yeah,
like when that's
Anthony Mackie.
I know I'm way lost in the Marvel universe when I was like, I walked into the store and I was like, there's a black Captain America, and I was shocked. And the person next to me was like,
fucking E-Zone just woke up from the 1950s, guys.
Like,
be patient.
Someone that loves,
because I didn't know, bro. I was like, and then the second thing I thought, but I didn't say, I was like, is the Hulk gay too? Like.
Well, there is a trans Hulk. Well, it's not a trans Hulk, but it's a female Hulk.
There's always been a female
Why
Hulk.
would it be a trans Hulk if she's female?
At first, I thought it was. At first, I was like, oh, Hulk.
There's always been a She-Hulk, dog.
There's
always been a She-Hulk, but she was never tortured with Megan Thee Stallion.
I just assumed that any muscle mommy is a fucking trans. Fucking goober.
Oh, you know what? I'm high, but let me get this off before I. To tie 2 points together, you said growing up in the IU was different from being out in Los or whatever the case was, and then asking about things getting heated. I was gonna say the first time some shit ever got heated behind some rap shit was because when they asked me where I was from, I told them Ontario, right?
They asked you
And
like
then,
cholo style.
Like no. They were like, hey, like where you from? Like they were asking because they would be like, yo, we got so and so from South Los Angeles, we got so and so from Compton in the building, but nobody was gangbanging. It was like so and so from Gardena or whatever the case was, right? So they asked me where I'm from, so I tell them, and then like, and I got my homie with me, and the homie like, so he made a smart ass comment, so then my homie gangbanged on him, like. In a very cholo way, you know what I'm saying? And so that was the first time I ever had some like shit behind a rap battle or a rap cipher or rap whatever the case was.
That's the era, like bald head era.
Yeah, kind of coming out of it, but yeah.
Hey, homie, I'm from Big Bad something. You know,
Yeah,
like
coming out of it, but yeah. I mean, yeah, because this was like, yeah, I mean, it was my era of that, I guess. Yeah, it was like the 90s, like the late 90s.
How old are you?
I am 37.
Okay, yeah, that's the bald
like,
head era.
So 98, I guess. We're talking like 98, 99.
That's definitely pelon era.
Yeah,
right
99. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
See, for me, I think of that actually as like the late 80s, early 90s. Because I feel like by the time I was like in high school, I didn't want to shave my head.
It was dying down, no doubt. Like for sure.
By the time I was in high school, like 2002 or whatever that was, I didn't want to shave my head.
But the peak was that, like, but it was still around.
No,
like,
it was around.
Like now you don't, like, it's rare. Bro, like if you see somebody bald these days, is because they're losing their hair.
I remember
you know
the
what
homie.
I mean? Like
I remember me and the homie, like, this is my homeboy, and we used to trade Sean John sweatsuits. Like that's what the fuck we was on. You know what I mean? The fuck, you know, you remember that? Like, look, fool, I know that fool's, he's done, he's cooked. You know what I'm saying? We get it. Like, ese way, está cabrón. But at the time, he had the velour sweatsuits. You know what I'm
that shit
saying?
was fly, bro.
That shit was fly, perro.
I had 4 of them too.
Bring that shit back, dog.
I had the powder blue one. I had the gray one. You know
what though?
I'm
Low key though, like all right, if like me because I like buying and reselling shit, and I be having some retro clothes.
Yeah.
If I came across one at the fucking swap meet, I'm buying it.
You'd be walking around with some diddler shit, dog.
No, I can't. See, at the time, yeah.
You can't
Come on, dog. You know what's so funny is my last piece.
Like, it just can't. Like, if you wear some denim jeans with the Sean John in the back, like very little, I'll let that slide.
That's
but
what the velour suits only had a little signature. Okay, the sweatsuits only had nothing but a little signature here and right here. That's all it was.
You might have to even take it
The
out.
premium-
Just
Yeah, the
a
premium
little,
joint
a little
on top of
molestation
that.
right here and right here.
So you know what's so funny is I had one Sean John piece like forever before I went to jail like the very first time, and then after I came home from prison, I found this shit in like a storage container, right? And it was a black Sean John bomber jacket, and I looked at it, I was like, yeah, I'm keeping that shit. Fuck it, it's a big ass black jacket. It's cool, and I had it forever. And then like I remember the homie seen it, and he was like, I will fucking buy that off you, and I said, you could take it. That was the last piece of Sean John clothing I had though, but that was probably like in 2013. That's his name.
That's his actual name. So that was
Sean. I think Sean. Yeah, Sean Combs, right? Do I got that right? Is the diddler Sean Combs?
Where the fuck would he get John then from?
Sean Puffy
Probably his
Combs.
middle name.
Sean. And also is because it's like the same name, but in French and in Sean John. You know?
No, yeah, he was trying to sell to the European, like he was trying to sell like Louis Vuitton. He was.
He really
like, the
did
big
that shit.
brands.
For there was a stretch. He had the fucking shirt. It said L.A., New York, I think Paris, Tokyo, London, whatever. He had it. I mean, he had a flagship store in them cities.
What's good with, is it Ciroc? Is that his other
Fucking
brand?
Diddy.
So that's what people say happened.
What,
He
Ciroc
said-
happened?
He said the owner of Ciroc, because he's not the owner of Ciroc.
No, he was the
So-
face of the brand,
he was
but they're owned by a corporation.
Yeah,
Whoops.
and what happened is I think he tried to do something to the company, and the owner of the company was like, "Oh, let me find out what you got," and then that's when all that blackmail started coming out. Because what you think it just
Wait,
random?
hold up.
Oh, from what they said,
I don't think it was just randomly.
No,
I think
from-
someone's fucking trying to. Let
Hannibal
slap.
Buress randomly called out Bill Cosby, and that shit snowballed.
So look, I've been on the Diddy cheeseman. No Diddy, I've been knee deep in this shit. I found it fascinating. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I found it. I'm gonna tell you
Oil
when.
deep? Oil
No
deep?
I'ma
Diddy,
tell you when,
knee
dog.
dip.
Baby oil deep?
Look, third knuckle. Third knuckle. That's, you know what I'm saying? so my boy died in the corner. He liked that one, huh? No, but I just found it interesting because to me, what I was taught in doing criminal enterprise activities, I guess you could say, I was always taught the only thing that matters is the paperwork. So every once in a while, if like it's easy to read the fucking, the the docket or the document or whatever the case is, or the charges, the whole case they built. I'm thinking of a specific word, but oh well. If it's easy, like if I can click on one thing and then I could just scroll and I could see the fucking paperwork, I'll read certain cases if I think it's interesting. And so I was like, Cassie sued Diddy and she got 40 pages. I got 40 minutes. So I just started, reading, right? And I was reading it. And then I was like, okay, Diddy has to fight the fuck out of this, because if any of this shit is proven true, it's going to give a DA somewhere the right to a criminal case. I know the legal system fairly well, having been through it. So that shit was civil. It was a civil lawsuit, civil complaint saying you did me wrong in this way. I want to be compensated for it. I think it's worth whatever, right? I think it was $40 million, right? So then I figured, he's going to fight the fuck out of this, because if any of this is true, supposedly, allegedly, hypothetically blowing up cars and shit and like crazy shit.
See, I haven't read none of that shit.
Covering up.
He blew up Kid Cudi's car.
Allegedly, hypothetically.
What the fuck?
But yeah, so then when I was reading the shit and I was like, if he cops to any of this, or if he's found guilty in a civil court, a DA is gonna pick it up criminally, just flat. I was like, for sure, only because he's such a public figure.
Yeah.
All right. He settled that night. And I'm like, oh, fuck, they're going to fucking arrest this fool. I don't know when, but they're going to arrest him. I knew from that point. I was like, oh, he's fucking done. And then they ended up like whatever it was 3-4 months later, Operation Baby Oil or whatever the fuck. He's
Damn, so you were like,
He's
you were on
done.
top of that before it happened.
I thought it was interesting. I was like, Cassie suing Diddy?
Damn,
for
you
how
should've-
much?
You should have started like a betting pool on that.
I was
dog.
like, what?
Are they killing him? Are they gonna Jeffrey Epstein the homie?
Nah, because I don't think, I think the word they're talking about, if there's tapes, it's just going to be a bunch of grown people on drugs fucking. He wasn't fucking little kids. Like, I think that there was some inappropriate shit.
I mean, Justin Bieber. Diddle Justin.
I don't think. See, that's the thing, though. I don't.
Deal with that camp. He literally says, "Hey, this guy's on my camp."
I get that, but I'm saying I don't think Puffy likes little boys' butts. Like, I don't think that's his shit.
He likes Meek Mills. We've all heard that.
Well,
Oh man, that one.
hey, if
Can
that's
Meek Mills
real, though-
catch a break?
Look,
I feel like that fool
are we sure the authenticity of that?
Yeah,
though?
that's what I'm like. People are saying all these
Meek
things.
Mills is mad about that shit.
Yeah, bro, but I mean, wouldn't you get mad if somebody was like, "Hey, I hear Rick, she likes to suck dick."
Honestly,
Like, and
who has
everybody-
that-
shit all the
who's got
fucking
access
time.
But
to
that's
some
just
good
one
AI?
person. But the whole world is saying it about you. Wouldn't it bother you if it's not true? You feel some type of way, fool.
There's some sus shit about Meek Mills. Nothing. No one believes nothing unless you're like, oh, that's a little sus. That's a little sus. Like,
Okay, but by the
why
way,
you jumping up and down in like this bunny suit and shit?
Okay, what I was gonna say was he was in a bunny suit.
Yeah, he made some bet. And he lost a bet, and then you can catch Meek Mills jumping up and down because some white boy said.
But in a bunny suit? As a bunny?
I don't know, but he like jumping up like a bunny, something like that. But it's just.
Oh,
these things.
yeah. He
It's just these
was
things where, like, you keep doing this thing and then you match with P. Diddy. No grown men should be matching. Maybe on Halloween I'll let it slide. Like on Halloween you want to match, y'all move like me and he's on.
Wait, hold up. How was he matching? Because like,
I think there's things where
They was wearing the same outfit.
same outfit.
I don't know, man. I like doing shit with my friends.
No.
You're also
I was gonna say,
Go watch it. If you go.
He made a good point. I'm
Look at
white.
the
I do
picture.
weird shit all the time.
But Rock, go look at the picture. It look gay.
yeah, okay.
Go look at the picture. I'm gonna just call it.
I know what
it
you're
is.
talking about. There's definitely a fine line between just like matching with your homies for fun and then like.
They had
also, what about that fool calling
matching short suits?
calling his homies
Matching
like
what?
Short suits.
Like shorts?
Like shorts with the shirt.
Yeah.
And it with
Like
the
a
whole
set.
pattern, like a set.
Again, I'll just say, man, like I got my duo that I do with my partner Bizaire, and like we match fits and stuff like that.
Yeah,
when we
but
do
you're
stuff.
on stage, right?
That's tongue kiss.
That is true. Yeah.
But you're on stage.
Yeah.
And you are white. Yeah. That's that.
Honestly, I'm gonna play the white card a lot tonight. Let's go. All right, look, I raised.
play the white card.
I litter trained 3 squirrels. I fucking dressed with my homies. Like whatever, dog.
Put a dress on.
I did put a dress on once. Yeah,
What are
whatever.
you saying he's on? What does he call him?
What?
What do people?
I
call
have not
him?
done that yet. I've
what?
not done a
Diddy.
speedo.
What do you mean?
You were saying something. Why do they call him something? Diddy? Don't they call him something?
Oh no, I find it very weird that he always calls his homies daddy. Like he's like, you look good, daddy. Like when
that shit's always,
that shit to me, I'm like, bro.
Yeah, that shit's
If another grown man fucking said that shit to me, dog, that's not my child. or something like that.
Hey, but you say that to Ezone though. You call him dad. Not daddy. You call him dad.
For who said to Ezone? That doesn't make no sense.
So you call it be real.
I say that's my dad, but I don't. Ain't no. That's difference.
That's
between,
my daddy.
Yeah, that's difference between that's my daddy.
No, I agree. I know there's a difference. I'm just saying. I
Yeah,
can hear
bro. And
someone
then
saying that.
a grown man calling you that, and he's that's just weird, bro. Like a woman should call you that, but if you're not like,
you
if
heard
you're not
that-
a fucking some kind of half a fag out here, you know.
Well, you heard
why you
that-
calling another man fucking, you know?
Fucking guy.
Did you?
Yeah, dude, he can't go one episode with accidentally dropping
Yeah,
it.
it's not accidental, dude.
I don't know. You know what?
Have you ever seen the South Park episode about that word?
Oh, it's so good, man. They tried to take it back.
Oh, with the
Tried to take it
bikers?
back?
Yeah.
With the bikers.
I always thought,
Ezone's living in fucking 2017. He's
I
like,
love
that's
when-
gonna come back. It's ours.
I love when he's in the court and he's like breaking it. Okay,
what would you call
Let me
this
give you a
guy?
hypothetical. Let me give you a hypothetical situation.
Guy cuts you
This
off.
guy cuts you off, slams on the brakes. What's the first thing out of your mouth?
Oh, he's up.
And then he just literally just says it. I'm not saying that shit. I don't need the alphabet police on me, bro.
nah, they don't watch this show.
Hey, love who you love.
We've tested the waters enough.
Enough.
Hey, so check. So you know how the fucking. All right, so you know how the gorilla question has been taken by storm. I got another one.
Okay.
All right, but before I continue, I do want to remind you guys, please enter the giveaways. Do not sleep. Either write LAFC or write Labubu with the $10 super chat, and you get a chance to we pick a winner tonight, and I'll send it out tomorrow. And then if you type the LAFC one, we will pick two winners. We'll pick one winner to get a pair of tickets for the Saturday's game. So we're giving away a pair of tickets to the LAFC game, and we're giving away one of the brand new Labubus that just came out last week. But now the hypothetical. So 50 third graders, fighting them every day, bro. How many days could you survive? But it's not all at once. Just to run the fade one by one.
All day.
How many days you
Wait, how old?
You got one whole day
Third grader. That's
to
like,
just to fade 50
8
third
years old.
graders.
Yeah.
And how many days do you think you could survive consecutively?
That's not hard. You get to
Do they
rest.
die in this situation?
Every day
It's
there's
randomly
another set of
generated
50.
50, yeah.
Every day there's another set of 50 third graders ready to
Do
throw
you
down.
get weekends off?
Nah, just every day. Every day.
This
Though. How
is
many days?
survival
Well, because
mode,
I'm saying how many days before I'm a fucking
That's
serial killer?
that's
the
what the
question.
question. How many days you survive it? Like you think, so you're like, all right, y'all win. I don't want to fuck with y'all no more.
I mean, okay, I've already thought about this. Like, I feel like I got to.
Yeah, I don't got the heart to kill a bunch of third graders.
You don't have to kill them. I'm just
Do
saying.
I look like a fucking Republican, like disguised as a Democrat, leaving some weird
just-
manifesto?
I'm just saying, if I had to fight
nah, I'm
58-year-olds,
fucking them up.
A
Like
day.
in theory, of course.
here's the thing: I go to the gym. Like, I'm not afraid of like physical activity. I've done enough work that I'm not bothered by that shit.
Right.
So I feel like
Don't like kids, clearly.
I'm okay with not liking kids. I like some kids. Some kids are dope. Some kids suck. You know,
He don't like kids. Okay. Oh, he's a
don't
perfect
like
candidate.
kids.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he running that fade, bro.
Guess what?
I'm just like, yo, just straight up, just fucking.
my kids.
But
Face,
still though,
face,
50
face, 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 face,
Oh, that's why
face,
that's the
face.
premise.
That's like both of these.
I can
fools
do
are-
it.
I'll kick.
bro. All right. Some of these fools, you know what I mean, though. Like,
What? How big is an 8-year-old gonna get?
Yeah, because even Shaq is an 8-year-old. I think I could fuck up Shaq.
You know what I'm saying, dude? I don't think I've ever.
Probably nine was when it was on the edge.
I'm gonna go out on a ledge.
I
I'm
could
gonna
fuck up an 8-year-old Shaq.
I'm gonna go out on a ledge and say I never met an 8-year-old I didn't think I couldn't beat the shit out of.
But wait
Alright.
up. I like what he made me think right now. At what age do you think Shaq could kick your ass?
At least 16.
You think 16-year-old Shaq can kick your ass right now?
Oh, come on, Pedro. Come on.
You think 16-year-old Shaq can
hey,
kick
but
your
nobody
ass right
answered
now?
the question. How many days you think you're lasting?
As long as I want, dog.
I mean,
You're not gonna be tired,
I could go a month. I could go a month.
Yeah, bro.
bro. You're gonna be tired from fading these fools every day.
Dude, I did pest control outside
I'm trying to get
in
into
triple
heaven, bro.
degree.
I don't wanna
Hold
ask
up,
this
hold up, hold up.
question.
I'm making a point. I did pest control for 12 hours a day, 6 days a week in Texas when we had triple degree weather for 3 months straight. That's over fucking 90 days.
If you break a hand or a finger,
I'm not gonna break a hand on a fucking kid, and I got feet.
50 of them, just punching them every day. Let's just say you.
I know how to punch. I'm not an idiot. I know how to punch.
Bro, those 50 skulls.
You're probably gonna want to open palm them, to be real with you.
You want to start with
Kinda
your fucking
mush 'em.
bows, dog.
Boom, boom, boom.
And they're fucking 8 years old. You're not just picking up a
bro, you're hitting a set of bones too, bro. Like, think about it. You're gonna get some wear and tear.
I'm
You're gonna wake up sore enough, bro, that one day you're gonna be like, I don't want to fight them no more.
You can shake them and give them shaking baby syndrome,
I was gonna say third graders, bro. That's prepubescent. Like, they're little.
If you do like,
what about all at once?
All at once would be really difficult.
Well, of course, all at once, of course. At some point, because one of them's gonna poke your eye or something.
So, one of them's gonna
You know
get
what I mean?
crafty. Yeah.
All at once, like how many you could take like till they fucking overpower you?
Respectfully, I think as long as like it's 4, I can keep going.
Like 4, you can just,
4 at a time. 4 at a time.
You just going like.
I can kick the shit out of this one behind me. I can kick the shit out of this one behind me,
When
and
I
then
was
focus
like-
on these two little idiots.
I didn't even have my
I'm
grown
gonna love
man
when
body.
you guys have kids and this gets played in court.
Right.
You guys are fighting for child
So,
custody.
so
You
what
think
I,
I'm gonna be fighting for child
You were
support?
gonna hit kids, and your kid's saying you hit them.
You think I'm gonna fight for
Explain how
custody?
That doesn't make sense right now.
fight for custody.
That's my ex machina,
Christ,
dog. I'm out.
In court right now. So, like,
one time. Hey, but
That's it. I mean, bro, that 50 at once though, they're gonna overpower. It's like ants, bro. Like, who do you like?
I don't know, man. I feel like I could do it.
okay,
feel
when I was
like
about
could do it.
18, I helped coach a football team for like a little bit, and they were probably like 9 or 10, and they used to like all jump on me, and I could carry. At 18, I was able to carry like 4 or 5 of them. They would get just to the point where they would kind of start falling off of each other. But I would have these little fuckers jumping all over me, and they were like I said, yeah, probably about 8 or 9, I guess.
See?
So I mean, yeah, but 50 of anything, what the fuck?
Yeah, 50's doable. 50's doable.
50, like, but one. You're saying one at a time after the other.
No, I'd fuck up like, like a multiple, you know what I mean? Like,
Multiple.
yeah, dude. Think of it like the end scene from fucking Step Brothers.
Disease if 50 kids are coming at you at once.
What'd you say?
Probably.
You'll die from a disease. These fools are
Yeah.
fucking walking bacteria, bro.
Yeah,
Don't
they'll catch
get
a
near
cold.
me, bro.
Nah, because I'm gonna
That's
be
where
real.
I'm starting.
They're not
at.
walking around with the fucking plague.
Bro, one of them's got COVID.
No,
Oh my fucking God.
Look, if you
Has
never
it
had
killed
a
you
child,
yet?
you don't understand. If you've never had a child come home from school and just bring you the bullshit little fucking bug that they just picked up
Dog.
at school, these dirty little motherfuckers. Look, bro, they are walking fucking bacterial sponges.
When they get sick,
And
you get sick every
yes,
time.
But when they
homie.
get sick, it's like getting bit by a baby snake. It's the most poisonous venom from the snake, bro. Because it's like that shit is the most contagious version of the cold.
They're so
Look, I'm gonna keep it a
dumb.
buck. So it was like really bad for me. I remember the first time I got hit with a really bad cold.
You have
I came
kids?
home from prison. Yeah, so when I came home from prison, my daughter's 6 years old, and when I came home, she was with me like from day one, right? So, I was in prison for 5 years, and I mean, sometimes shit'll go through the blocks, like a cold or whatever the case is, but for the most part, you don't really get sick in there. You're in a closed fucking facility. You know what I'm saying? And so, and relatively speaking, prison's spotless. You're fucking cleaning yourself every single day. Day room gets cleaned every day. The tears get cleared and like multiple times a day. So you're in a really clean environment. So like, you're not really used to. I guess your body's not used to germs. And I came home, and my daughter's a petri dish. Just like goes to school, come home, sniveling one day, like, and I'm like, oh, here we go. The first time it happened, I didn't pay attention. And then I remember, like, I'm like, yo, clean your face. And then I'm realizing, oh, she got a runny nose. Before I went to bed, it was all bad, bro.
Yeah, that's
Children are filthy. I mean, they're blessings. They're the future. Love them to death. My daughter's older now, and then I got god kids. You know what I'm saying? So they're a blessing. They're the future. Love them. Love all my god kids. I love my god kids. But
I can see Ezo quarantining his kid. Like, I got a whatnot tomorrow. Stay over there, dog.
Stay in your
over
room.
there.
Here's some fucking
contaminate my
Eggo.
fan base.
it's all man. I remember the homie had got COVID. Him and his son. So like they stood on one half of the house, and his wife and his other kid were like on the other half or whatever. But I remember he was telling me, he's like, I gotta thug it out with my kid. I think he's the one that fucking gave it to me. Well, I think he had like a little girlfriend at the time. He's like, I got a feeling I don't know what happened.
Well, I don't know,
You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
know how they stopped kids making out in high school during COVID.
They didn't let them go to school.
don't make-
There was a point that they
Kids
went to
don't make
school.
out no more, fool.
There
They
was a
just go.
point
They
went to
skip
school.
straight to the fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Straight
like-
up though.
Yeah, bro. Like these fools.
You think with the mask on? You think they were fucking with the mask on?
Dude, they don't give a.
Hey, I guarantee you there had to be some.
My dick can't catch
guarantee
COVID.
it. No, I guarantee it, bro. But that being said, my dick has COVID. It's crazy. But that being said,
You really think there was people boning with a fucking mask on?
that's fucking.
That's insane.
I don't know.
dog.
I feel like if
not
you're
work.
wearing a mask around like your significant other like that, I don't know.
What?
You're not
I've seen
fucking.
people wear masks in the car with their family members, and those people they boning. Or, I mean, they got. There's
Yeah.
no. I mean,
Yeah.
they're a couple. So they.
Yeah.
I'm like, are y'all boning with the mask on?
I think that's just like extra
Imagine
fear of what's
Imagine
going
mask, no
on.
condom. That's wild, dog. Mask, no condom. You're real fucking
Mask, no
savage.
condom.
Honestly-
You worried about covering the wrong fucking thing right now.
I'm not gonna lie. Mask no condom is a fucking bar.
That's like XG.
Yo, wear a mask no condom. Yo, Hazard, take that with you. That's yours.
That's crazy. Yo,
COVID bars, baby. COVID bars, baby.
God damn. All
imagine
right,
the girl telling you, I got no condom, but you got mask though, right?
you got protection, right?
got protection,
no,
right?
like fucking COVID. Come on now. People
COVID
die.
bars.
Crazy.
COVID bars. We getting sick if you want them. Bend that bitch over talking about mask.
I got
No
a condom.
Hey,
Yo.
hey, Rock, you ever seen that movie, The Purge?
Yeah,
You like that movie?
love it.
Have you seen John Wick?
Yeah,
Do you think that John Wick could survive The Purge?
Fuck yeah.
of course.
Oh, come on, dog.
That's a lot of people.
It's a lot of no.
hold on.
Like, yeah,
Quantity over quality.
And here's the other thing. He had trained assassins going after him for 3 fucking movies.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's like quantity over quality. in
So
that
what?
part.
What's he got to do? He don't got. What are the rules on it? Do he got to engage everybody? Are they gonna know where he's
just
at?
got to
Or he-
survive.
Yeah,
It's
he's
a
gotta
purge.
survive.
He's just
Knowing
an
that motherfucker, he probably gonna try to like dig some little cave with his fucking dog and just chill in there. Like, leave me alone. Let me read a book.
yeah. He's gonna go to the
That's why
hotel.
he chilling.
You don't want no smoke?
You don't want no smoke. But what if 50 say, look, I don't want no problems. But if they say it's a problem, I say no problem. Right? That's John Wick.
Yeah, the
Why would you fuck with his dog? I still don't understand why they killed the dog.
right on, dude? I'm like, that is. I remember when I was watching it, I was like, this is the turning
I feel like
point.
the original premise must have been like they killed his wife, but they're like, no. You ever seen what happens when you kill his dog?
People don't relate to that in this day and age. Kill his dog.
No, there's
Yeah.
a comic book. I think it's a graphic novel.
That makes it even better.
Yeah, because I got a homie in the comics. I feel like he said it's a graphic novel.
Have you peeped any of the Invincible stuff?
No. What's that?
It's another comic book, but it's the same dude that made the Walking Dead.
Oh, no.
But he did a comic book there on the 3rd season on Prime right now. If you just like gnarly shit, it's a really good comic adaptation.
You know, the only comics that I ever had, you used to be able to order the comics for like a penny and they send you the shit and then they try to send you a credit card bill or whatever.
All of that shit. It's just like that old fucking CD thing. 6 CDs for 1 penny.
So I had a run of comics for like 2 years. And it was, the shit that I got was like Spider-Man and that whole like alternate universe shit. How there was a bunch of Peter Parkers or whatever the fuck.
Oh yeah, the pretty much what they made the movies about.
These recent ones.
Spider-Verse, yeah.
So what made me laugh was when they were doing that, I was like, nah, I read that shit when I was like 11.
Sick.
And then I was like, oh shit, Avato felt nerdy for a second. Like cause I never fucked with none of that shit.
Yeah.
Got the comics and the animes and all that. I just didn't fuck with it.
It's cool to dip your toes in the water, dog.
I just never really fucked. But I did have those comic books for those like 2 years.
That's lit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And when
that's
when
really
I
dope.
seen the first thing, it was like the multiverse, right?
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I read the fucking book.
Were you rapping when you were in prison?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I had shit that I had written. A couple things I tried to record when I came home, but like you find that like a lot of the shit once you come home, you're like, oh, this isn't what it is.
Why? Just because you're not. I mean, you're
Music
rapping
is-
about shit that's prison shit, so it's kind of
No, but like music has changed, lingo has changed.
Oh.
I remember the first time I went to somebody straight. They told me they're like, you sound old as fuck, bro.
Yeah, you don't got skibbity in any
Like,
of your lyrics, dog.
You sound old, but this was back then, and I was like, for real. And he's like, you got to come out. Like he told me straight up. He's like, I was fresh home. I tried to go straight to the studio, and he goes, you got to get out, bro. Like, let's go. And he took me to some bars. He took me to some clubs. I like seen what the youngsters was listening to, and I was like, oh. And youngster, I wasn't even 25. Yeah, I was like, yeah. I was about to turn 25 when I came home. So like I wasn't old, but none of the shit it didn't make sense to me.
How long were you away?
I did like a year, almost a year, and then I came home, and then I was on bail, and I was on the run, and then I did 5.
On the run. Holy shit.
Yeah,
That sounds hard.
it was. It was,
Like on the run, like Conejo type of run.
very short lived and nothing for that serious.
Conejos is crazy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I was like, that's the only person I know that I was like.
but yeah, respect to the OG, and no, nothing like that.
Okay, but you
It was more like I kind of used the wrong. I was in a really bad way because I was on probation in one county and I was out on bail in another, and I was stressed the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then I left. I ran to the fucking desert. I was over like in the Salton Sea. I was out there for like a summer, doing music actually.
In the Salton Sea.
Yeah.
Isn't that where everything's dead?
Fucking dead as fuck, homie. Shit is horrible. But like, what happened was it was just I was writing rhymes for this kid. His dad was from Texas. He was like one of them Southern label dudes out of like Dallas, and so he wanted to come to California. He wanted his son to be a rapper. His son was like 7 or 8 at the time. He was little, the homie Smalls. So this fool, met my boy at Ontario Mills. They used to have this Sam Ash mega store. You can go in there and fuck around with music equipment and whatnot. This fool was there like buying half the fucking store. And my boy was in there playing on the keyboard, and he walked up to him. He's like, "Hey man, you're dope. Come meet me in my my fucking pad. I got a giant pad in the middle of fucking nowhere." I didn't know the Saltons because they did him dirty. He was from Dallas, and he did the shit over email. He's like, "Yeah, just lock me in." So they're like, "Yeah, you're just a short a short drive to Los Angeles." Like is the way they put it. You know what I'm saying? But it was that like 3.5 hours? So when he got here, you realize he was kind of fucked. He's kind of stuck. But he did some shit. He had a painting company, got his bread up like really fast, and then he focused on the music shit. Long story longer, he met my boy at Ontario Mills. I had just gotten out on bail for a stabbing case, and then my boy's like, "Bro, you need to get the fuck out of here. Like, come with me. There's this kid. He raps. I want you to write for him." I had never done no shit like that. I had rapped, I had songs, I had a CD we had done, but I had never done no shit like that. So he was like, "Come on, fool. Like, you write all the choruses for every song. Like, come on, write for this kid." So we went out there, and I ended up staying out there like for a summer. The shit was cool. I was out the way. I mean, my probation officer kind of left me alone. At first, she was tripping. Then she kind of left me alone.
That's tight.
But then my bail got like revoked towards the end, and then I was kind of ducking and dodging for like a day and a half or whatever, and then that was it.
Damn.
Yeah.
Do you still like make like spread and stuff, or you're like one of those cholos that like where you like sometimes you're like, damn, I'm craving one of those because I live with the gangster that some days I was like, bro, you're not in there no more, dog.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because sometimes it's just comfort food. It's
No,
like
I tried it. It's bomb. I'm not hating on it like
Sometimes
that.
it's
But
You
to me,
say it's bomb food?
it's better than you think, bro. If you do it right, like the way George made me one, dog. I was hating on it. I was like, bro, this is like, I don't try it. He's like, try it, dog. Try it, dog. And I tried it, and I was like, I can see when you're in there and the options suck. It's fucking good, dog. I mean, obviously, if you can go to In-N-Out right now, you can take In-N-Out. But if that's what you have in there, and like he said, you want to leave the pad, you're kind of broke at the time, you're like, I'll make some spread, homie.
for like because you got to think for less than 10 ingredients, that the total's gonna equal maybe like $3-4. You know what I'm saying? You could make yourself a gang of fucking spread. Like, if that's what you're really, really into, if you got the munchies, or even if like fuck, you got kids right there. You know what I'm saying? Like I made like 2 spreads before for some kids. They fucked them up. You know what I'm saying? They don't know the difference, and I wasn't sitting there like, oh look, I learned this shit in prison.
What was the craziest thing you made? Because I don't know if I believe them, but I've seen like prison ceviche, prison pozole, and you're like, I was like,
Tamales, alpha Doritos.
We did tamales.
Yeah, you guys did.
With
Doritos.
me and Marcelli, it's crazy because that fool just it wasn't him. That was another one of Marcelli's. But one of Marcelli's that I was in a hole with just hit me today on Instagram. He's like, "Yo, this is so and so from Whoopty Whoop. I was sold up with Hazerd. I'm trying to get a hold of him." I looked. I was like, "Oh fuck, that is that fool." I messaged him real quick. I'm waiting for that fool to hit me back. What was the first question? My bad. I'm high.
craziest thing, like, because I was.
Oh,
about,
so we made
crazy-
tamales.
or
So me and the
recipe,
homie,
whatever. Yeah.
all right, me and the homie Happy from La Habra. We were on a long ass lockdown, and I remember my boy Haps. He's the fool that tattooed my neck. It's all faded now, but he tattooed my neck, and then he tattooed like my necklace, and he tattooed the front of my leg. He was learning how to. I was like the first person he ever tattooed, and but he could draw like a motherfucker. I just trusted him. I was like, fuck it, go ahead, fool. And then that fool dipped to. We were both out of state. That fool dipped to Oklahoma. But when we were both in Arizona, that fool told me he knew how to make tamales, and I had a package coming in, and I was like, fool, I'm gonna order this shit off the package right here. And
What do you mean by like a package?
so you basically it's like a catalog, and you could
Like your Amazon type shit?
kind of, yeah, basically, and like once a quarter, once every 3 months, you can order from that catalog. Like if you got the bread on your books, like that you have an inmate account, and if you have the money on your account, you can like write a check from your account to that company. It's run by a bunch of ex-COs. They some cold motherfuckers, man. Because you used to be able to get packages from your house. Like you used to be able to like, it's like 30 pounds. And I'm on, like, send me some Levi's, send me this, send me that, and they'll send you a package. But that's how the dope was coming in. And so, you know, they stopped it. So then they made it to where you got to order from a private vendor. So it's a couple companies. I ain't gonna say their name. Fuck them. But you order from there. So you could do it off if you got money on your books, or you can send it like a wish list home, basically. You know what I'm saying? You just write all items down, the codes, whatever the case is.
When like fools were getting like
home.
stuff like jeans and shit like that sent or some Levi's, like you could wear that stuff in prison?
Back then, it had to be. They had to be blue. They had to be blue, and they had to be like, you know, they couldn't be. They couldn't be like. They either had to be a solid. I think they had to be a solid color of blue. But yeah, there's still. When I left, there was still Levi's on the yard. Like the OGs, the OGs would have them.
The other day I saw some guy that was locked up that had 3 pair of Jordans.
What?
Yeah, that's that down south shit. Because you gotta understand, in those states out there, bro, they don't make shit for money. Like you're in a prison and you have fools down there making $13, $14, $15 an hour. Now in Mississippi or whatever, that might be good. You know what I'm saying? But still, you're around convicts all day, right? And if something happens, you know, your life's in danger, whatever, for $13, $14 an hour, they're easy to. That CO's easy to crack. It was cracking. Like, well, you work for me now. You know what I mean? It's easy because they don't make shit for money. Like the risk is literally worth. Oh, is it worth it? Yeah, fuck yeah. They ain't paying me shit anyways. That's the way they look at it. Oh, craziest thing we made though was the tamales. I ordered the package, and I told him, I asked him what he needed. He told me.
What was it? How you make the masa? How you make the
masa's just corn chips.
You need a fucking.
Where'd
you get the leaf from?
The masa's corn chips.
Okay, just corn chips, and you just smash them up.
You gotta sit there for like that shit was literally like an hour.
Because I watched Fritos.
But there were a certain one. There was a certain kind of. It was like some like organic brand, and I guess it was like real chunks of corn in there. And when we opened them, I was like, oh, he goes, you see? I'm like, yeah. So we got those ones, and then the filling was like, frijoles, summer sausage, no diddy. Chicharrones, and I think that was it. I think that was a filling. Yeah, I think that was a filling. But like a lot. There was a lot of that. And then maybe shredded beef or something like that. And then the way he did it was we didn't have hoja, so what we did was we had like pieces of plastic. And then he like greased. How the fuck do we do? How do you do it? We might have got like butter from the kitchen. I really can't remember, but we got something to grease the plastic with, and then he would like. I tried to do one, and I was like, "Oh, I mean, this is all bad." You see, I'm smoking what they rolled for me because I
was wild though.
You can't roll that food. Hell no, homie. And look, but I readily admit that, and like I kind of like refuse to. My boy Steve's a master at this. She's like, "I'm gonna teach you, and I'm kind of like, "You don't understand. I hate the physical process of it. I don't like it. I like to sit there and watch it happen though. I'm like, oh, that's fire. But like me to do it, I'm cool. I break down a bud sometimes. I'm decent at that.
Is it the frustration of not getting it right?
That's pretty much it. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, fuck this shit.
You just got pushed through that.
Yeah, I know, but I'm like that though.
I respect
it's a character flaw.
Put your effort where you gotta put your effort.
But we made probably like 100 tamales, maybe even more.
Tamales?
Like literally, we shipped them out all over the
How
tier.
many bags of chips was that? Holy
It was
fuck.
we had like 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 or 4, whatever it was. Yeah, Like three or four big. They were like big bags.
Yeah.
But yeah, we did that shit. I remember we had we had more than that, bro, because it was over 100. Because I remember every homie in the block, it was like Merry Christmas, bro. I think we sent like 4 tamales to every cell. So
No, we like you cold.
No, well, let me see it.
it's gonna be fun.
There we go.
Yeah, so that was dope. That's probably the one memory I think I have where it's like a positive out of that fucked up situation. You know what I'm saying? We spent I remember we got up and we did it Christmas morning. We got up with the breakfast trays because they would shoot we were on lockdown. We were slammed down, and they shot us our breakfast trays, whatever it was, 3:30 in the morning. And then he had said like the night before, he's like, hey, if we want to start when the breakfast trays come, and I was like, fuck it, I'm with it. Like, let's do it. So we were up from then. So whatever it was, 3:45.
Damn. Y'all start doing work at that hour?
Well, you spend like an hour smashing the fucking corn chips.
Oh, you've never seen Mexican lady make tamales. It's a team effort, bro.
Yeah.
It's like 3 or 4 people, 3 or 4 ladies,
and you be there
one
for
of them
hours.
and then you got, dude. It's a.
And mind you, that's
process.
what the proper ingredients and tools and everything.
Yeah.
We in there improvising. Like we didn't have hojas. We used pieces of plastic. And you put the masa, you put the filling, and then he rolled it, boom, boom, did it, twisted it. I kept the masa ready, and then whatever else we needed, because you had to make it in batches, because we had everything in bowls, so you got to kind of So, anyways, but yeah, that was like a positive ass memory I have. Shout out to homie Happy from La Habra. That was a good dude right there.
Damn. Now I want tamales. Dog, all I've had today was bacon and egg tacos. I'm fucking starving. So,
Really?
Yeah. Whenever I get out of here, I'm getting food.
Hey, there's that one. There's that. It's like a poppin' ass taco spot now down the street, right?
King Taco.
No.
Not King
It's in that
Taco.
the one in the
That's what I was
parking
hoping it
lot.
was saying.
The one in the parking lot.
No idea.
That taco spot right there in the parking lot. It's just a fucking parking lot, but they got the whole. What's the taquero right there in DTLA? Nah. Is it Avenue 26 tacos or something like that? Is that it? Avenue 26. If that's what it is, forgive me, but I think that's what it is. If that's what it is, fire ass. That's just fire.
Bro, I'm doing this just for Nitty. It's all about Del Taco, homie. Come on, I had to do it for Nitty, dog. Shout out to Nitty. He's in Canada right now. We have a co-host that's like from Canada. This fool tried Del Taco and claims it's like the best, most authentic Mexican food.
Del Taco's good, but no.
Del Taco's cool if you got the munchies.
Nah, but they're talking about authentic
Nah, he
Mexican
loves this
food.
shit.
And-
No, that shit ain't authentic.
Nah, I'd say probably the closest thing to like authentic fast food I've had, like Mexican fast food I've had, it was a place in Texas called Taco Bell, and they press the flour tortillas in house. Like they have a conveyor belt. It's called Taco Cabana. Taco Cabana.
You
You said
say
Taco Bell, bro.
Motherfucker, I've been eating.
I was like, is Rocky trying to get jumped right now? Why is he? The disrespect is
Freudian
crazy.
slip, man. I've been eating a lot of Taco Bell. No, I miss Taco Cabana, dude. I miss Taco Cabana. It's they'll press all their flour tortillas in house.
That's fine.
It's fucking sick.
There's a good spot in Old Town in San Diego called I think it's called the Old Town Cafe.
Okay.
Old Town Mexican Cafe or the Old Town Cafe. Man, that shit is so fire. It's right next to there's a popular bar on the corner. It's like the Coyote Bar or some shit like that. And that shit's whatever. There's they got a gang of margaritas. That's like their claim to fame. But the food ain't really it.
Nah.
Nah, the fucking Old
looking for
Town
the good
Cafe.
food.
The Old Town Cafe. That's where it's at. That shit is fire.
All right.
Probably the best Mexican food I think I've had in San Diego. Besides some little hole in the wall right there by Chicano Park. What's that shit called? Las Cuatro Milpas. It's a little ass spot right there. They open at like 6 a.m. or some shit like that, and they close when they sell out. So like sometimes they're sold out by like 10 or 11. Sometimes they sold out around noon. But the only thing they sell there is like taquito, like rolled crispy taquitos, handmade tortillas, and then like frijoles de la olla with like chorizo in them.
Okay. I mean, all that sounds sick still.
But that's it. That's their whole menu, right? And
That's
it. And they only take cash. So like I remember I went. I paid like like $12 for a plate of taquitos, a bowl of frijoles, a fucking half a kilo of tortillas, and 2 Pepsis. Like
How much?
$12.
Oh,
It's
that
just
sounds
some
hard.
little senoras in there. They come like from TJ every day.
Yeah.
Like they live in TJ and
Oh,
they come
sick.
over every day and they fucking cook in that kitchen. That shit's fire, bro.
Damn. See, that sounds.
That shit's las 4 milpas. That's like the that's
Okay.
the
Say
fucking
that. Say that, Rock. I want to hear you say that.
Las
Yeah, Rock, say it.
cuatro nipas?
milpas.
Mipas.
Milpas.
Mipas. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm hearing it.
With an L.
Las cuatro
Milpas.
Mipas.
Milpas.
Milpas.
There you go.
Milpas. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
What does milpas mean?
Fuck, what is
I
that?
don't have no idea. I'll be honest
Is it a
with you.
fucking is it a tree?
Isn't it the thing that fuck? I don't even want to sound
Las
retarded.
cuatro milpas.
Hey, the white boy called us out on that one. Yeah, what does that mean, bro?
I gotta know what I'm
Isn't
saying,
it
dog.
food?
Is it?
Milpas?
Is it
Corn, yeah.
Is it corn? All right.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, like the seed or what?
a small field in Mexico or Central America that is cleared from the forest, cropped from a few seasons and abandoned for a fresh clearing?
Las four corns.
That's 4
Fuck it, hey, fuck, hey. But look,
Cornfield.
coincidentally, it's right next to Chicano Park, which is great because we sound Chicano as fuck right now, not being able to give a clear meaning for the fucking word milpa.
I don't know. That's one
You know
of those
what I'm
words. That's one of those words where I'm really not that embarrassed of not knowing. I'll be honest with you.
Well,
I'm
because
still-
you know what I was
we
thinking.
live here, dog. I'm not supposed to know. Like I give myself some slack.
Wow.
My
Okay,
mom-
hold on. Can we talk about the fact that he didn't know some English because it's not his first language, but now he doesn't know some Spanish
I'm-
for
I'm-
whatever?
You know what I thought it was though? Because I
Pick a lane.
because you know what I thought it was? Because have you heard of tomatillos milperos? They're like smaller
The smaller,
tomatillos.
those green ones.
Yeah,
Little green ones.
the little smaller ones. My lady makes salsa, right? Like fresh ass. Her shit's fire. I've been thinking about bottling the shit and selling it. Cause, anyways, she uses the milpero little. So I was thinking it had something to do with that. It's like, is it like a tree? You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't, but yeah. So shout out to fucking Rock Samson for making us feel Chicano as fuck.
for questioning what milpas means.
Mhm.
Sick. Well, I learned something. today.
Anyways, the place is fucking good.
swag. I gotta try it.
Cash only. They got the big ass cazuelas in there. Like it's that shit. As soon as you walk in, you're like, and then the fucking all the furniture is just like plastic chairs and little poker tables.
Sick.
Dude, as a kid, I used to hate.
Fire.
I used to hate frijoles de la olla. As a kid, dog. When I was given that, I was like, "Are we poor?" What is this
Oh,
shit?
look, hey,
What is
dog.
this shit? Now it's fire, bro.
homie.
I wish my mom would make me a whole bowl of that now. But when I was little, bro, I was like, "What? I want McDonald's."
No.
Give
Hey,
me
doggy,
McDonald's.
I ain't gonna. Hey, no. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's the truth.
Yeah, yeah.
That is the truth. I know when I was from the time I was younger though, I knew what like tacos were supposed to taste like. Cause I remember there was this one taco spot in Pomona we would go to. My pops like I forget what the fuck it was called. It looked like a big white fucking mission or some shit like that. I don't remember what it was called, but it was fire. Like it was a fire ass spot. And they would have those little street tacos of fucking the 2 tiny little tortillas and shit with the asada.
I never.
So I grew up knowing that that's a fucking taco.
I never understood.
This would probably know some good ass taco spots, bro, because like, especially out there in the IE, bro, they be having like fresh ass meat. They be having fucking fresh ass everything, bro. Ingredients.
They ain't really no farms out there no more, Playboy. Like at all. They're really not. All that shit's houses now. They went in, they got like two whole cities that didn't exist when I went to prison. They got no, I'm dead serious. When I went to prison, the Harupa Valley is like considered an actual like city, and then Eastvale is like a new city out there.
Jurupa Valley.
Where it was and that shit was just literally it was all farmland. When I went away, it was fucking farmland still.
Yo, can someone tell me why it's 2 tortillas? I'm still on that taco thing. Why is it 2 tortillas?
Because food is
Do we
supposed.
fat
It's,
box or what's the logic?
it's
of 2
bro.
tortillas?
Like if you grow up, look, food tacos. It's kind of like how people look at ramen. Ramen is a fucking poor people food, dog. It's supposed to be. It's just good. So like, think about it, bro. Like you're stretching meat with fucking tortillas, dog. The only reason it's gonna be 2 is because there's not enough food.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know,
we're not living in fucking the 1700s when there wasn't a lot
Costumbre.
of meat. Desde ahorita,
It's fucking
like, una
costumbre.
tortilla, por favor, doña.
That's
I don't
why
need
you.
a
That's
fucking 2
that's why you
tortilla
have a
shit.
fucking mouth to tell a lady, "Hey, look, lady, I want it with the single tortilla," because I know whenever I don't want 2 tortillas and I'm watching my carbs, I tell them that.
I just never. Now that you said that, that's very good logic. I like that you answered my question, but I always wonder why it was 2 tortillas. Like, why are we doing this? Yeah.
Yeah, you deal with
But it does make sense. You gotta stretch it out. You gotta stretch the corn. Corn's cheaper than meat, so yeah, that makes sense. Y te
And
llena
then
más
too,
rápido.
some of them, bro, it's like having double plied toilet paper to single plow. It's gonna rip when you fucking put the fucking meat on there. You know what I mean? Se rompea, dog. Hey, salute to everybody who's in the super chats. I'm gonna start reading some of your super chats out. Thank you everybody who has been participating. I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of you guys that have been participating, whether you want the LAFC tickets or you want the Labubu. I don't know. You guys are entered for both. So, but yeah, everybody will. What happened?
Oh, you know what else I don't get? I don't get why McDonald's decided to put a bun in the middle of the fucking hamburger. Kind of retarded, right?
the Big Mac.
Yeah. Why does it need why does it like? It's like a double tortilla. Why do we need that? Like, why do you need an extra bun in there?
Do you ever see like a picture of the original Big Mac?
It look good when you get it like that, I guess. You like that? You like a Big Mac with the extra bun in the middle?
I would wish the bun in the middle was tostado.
Worse, so make it fatter.
No, how does the
That's
fuck?
kind of fire.
Yeah,
to be honest.
how the fuck? Yeah, right. Like,
I thought your
How
fat
the
ass said deep fried. My bad.
no, I said something's wrong with your brain, bro. You have a tumor in there, bro. Like,
Okay, so here's the logic. This configuration helps create the Big Mac's signature stacked structure and keeps the patties from sticking together. That's it.
but back to it being tostado though, that should be fire, right? Right? Like if the fucking actual bun in the middle was toasted,
Well, it'd be like a potato hash brown.
like toasted that hard.
Oh yeah. Gordon Ramsay can make a good ass Big Mac.
You know, you could get like a chicken Big Mac.
Can you?
Yeah, I think they made it now.
I think it was a limited time thing.
Because people were ordering it like just off the secret menu type shit.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yo, Hazard,
What's poppin'?
you know about Esteban Oriol?
Yeah,
You like his work?
of course,
Think he's a legend?
of course.
Thank you. Next one.
There you go.
Well, okay. What's the context of this conversation? I got
No,
to hear
there's
this.
nothing.
I got to hear this.
Nah.
What's the context of this?
Now you have to, XG.
I don't have to do anything.
Ray,
Okay,
come get on the mic.
What I will say is this: there are, if we're talking about photographers, right? There's obviously tons of photographers that were published in places like Nat Geographic and whatever that are amazing, that are able to frame shots and so on and so forth. But what I can say is that before Esteban picked up his little Polaroids or whatever the fuck he had and started taking pictures on tour, and then artists, his homies, whatever the case was, before Esteban started doing that, the idea of like the cholo black and white photography didn't exist. That is not a thing. Nobody was doing that. Not like that. So to me, to see that there's entire like sections of like the photography exhibit community that I just did a show. Shout out to the fools over at CBS. We were there for one of Esteban's like proteges, the homie Poet King. Shout out Renee Poet King. And Esteban was there. He spoke real quick. I did a set. The shit was dope. It was a real dope event. But that was, for me, the reason why he's a legend is because before him, there's an entire genre of like Chicano subculture that didn't exist. Like that didn't exist, bro. You know what I'm saying? And for some people might say for better, for worse, whatever. Like he started the brand, Joker brand. You remember Joker brand back in the day? Like that was him and Lucky, right? Started that shit. And so, like, yeah, they're kind of retooling right now. And I think they're getting ready to like launch something. But my boy Lucky been sharing a lot of logos and shit on his story. Shout out my boy Big Lux, man. But yeah, like
How about for Santa Monica?
Yeah.
Lux? Yeah, I know Lux too.
Yeah, Lux is a good dude, man. That's the homie right there. He's the reason I got this cookies cap on. Like literally, that's a good dude. That.
You know how long I known that
guy
dude?
is a good gentleman.
Since he used to work at Young and Reckless, bro. That's like a long ass time ago.
I was in prison. Yeah, that era.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. That's
Yeah.
Rob Dyrdek's cousin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
I used to work with that fool every day, but I was young too. Fool. I was interning there.
That's hard.
I was interning there. Like
Pick up a lot of game from him.
I didn't get to spend a lot of time with him, but he definitely would show some love. Like he's just like, I know you're interning. He'll shoot me some clothes, and he'll just be, like show some love like that. But like But I did see that. I'm like, yo, motherfuckers respect this motherfucker here. And then I'm like, what do you do here? Then he broke down game, you know. And then I was like, all right, bro. I didn't know vice versa. He would end up working here one day years later. Like, just like,
my
it's
guy,
fucking
man.
crazy, bro. I was just
That's
like,
my guy, man.
what the
Like,
fuck? I was like,
he-
I used to work with this guy. And I was like, no, I'm fucking working here. Like,
He caught me early. He caught me early, like when my name kind of first started popping up, I guess. And he just hit me like, hey, bro, I'd love to have you on my podcast. I like that verse you had done. I got into a little situation, and I rapped a verse about something, and so I did a kind of little blog tour, the podcast tour at that time, and it started with him. I think he was like the first podcast that I did, and brought me on. We were chopping it up, probably an hour and 10 in, and then he goes, "Oh, by the way, you said you're extra large, right?" He jumps up, he goes off mic, and we keep going. There's like 3-4 people on the podcast. He comes back with a couple cookies caps, a couple cookies shirts, I think, and maybe something else. I can't remember. But a couple hats and a couple shirts. He tossed them next to me. That's yours, bro. I was like, oh, okay, shit. Damn, bro. I feel like I was messing with him, you know, but like good natured as damn Lux. I feel famous, bro. Like, you know, thanks for the cookie pack. And he's like, oh, that's how you feel. All right, Hez. So after the podcast, he's like, shoot me your address, bro. I'm gonna send you like a proper package. He's like, I got you, bro. I like you, Hez, for real. And I was like, thank you, man. I appreciate it, you know? And so then he invited me back on his podcast like 2 weeks later. We actually made a spread, of all things. We made a spread with the homies. I remember the homie, Tiny from
was this when he
UI?
was yoked? Because he
Yeah.
was always fucking
Big Tiny?
ribbed. Yeah.
Big
No,
Tiny?
I'm talking about like Lux.
Lux. He was, I mean, this was maybe like 3.5 years ago.
Yeah.
But so it was before he fucked his shoulder up, so he couldn't work out. It was like right before that. Yeah, he still had size.
Because when I met him, I
He a big-
remember
he a
he
big
was
boy.
a fucking just.
Yeah, I didn't meet him when he was that big. But yeah, he was still like big. And you know, he's what, like 6'1"?
Yeah.
6'2", right? So he's a taller dude, and but that fool's real cool. And started inviting me to shit, like cookies events, whatever. I just started wearing the hats, and at that time, like I said, my name was just starting to buzz a little bit. And somebody at Cookies like asked, like, hey, who's this dude? Because I was doing my verses every week. They gave me clothes, bro. I grew up like kind of, you know, not having a whole bunch of shit. So I was like, man, you gave me the clothes, I'm gonna wear it. I had, you know, a new video I got to do every week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just started wearing the cookie shit, and then he sent me another box. I wore that. And then he invited me to a Cookies In store. I think that was when I met Burner for the first time. But yeah, I mean, like, you know, that dude, Lux from Santa Monica, man, good dude right there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, there you go, man. Straight up. You never. It's a small world, dog. Everything comes around full circle, and sometimes it don't make sense, but sometimes it makes sense somewhere down the road.
For real though. No, but he's turned into like a mentor for me, for sure. I can hit him about shit, you know what I'm saying? I text him, ask him what he thinks about this or that. You know, so and then like the dude, I just dropped a tape called High Socks and Lo-Fi. And
That's a sick name.
thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I dropped a tape High Socks and Lo-Fi, and the dude that did the pictures that ended up being the cover art, I met through Lux, the homie Mike Angelo. So he took the flicks that I ended up using for my covers. So
Damn, that's sick.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he's been, you know, lucky both directly and indirectly. He's been very instrumental in a lot of, you know, my success over the last couple years for sure.
On the 40 ounce Fridays. How many have you done so far? What number are you
So
on?
tomorrow we drop 316.
Holy shit.
Fuck, I should have done something like Austin related.
I was about to say
fucked up.
Stone Cold, man.
Fucked up. I didn't. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I
Hey, you
didn't
know
think
what
about
though?
it.
When you post it, you can still do a Stone Cold quote.
I guess we could.
You know what I mean? Sneak it in there.
That's the bottom line.
You know
But
what I mean?
but nah, man, that's like the only wrestler I ever really fucked with.
Well, have you ever seen that?
Stone Cold.
Have you ever seen that? The Dark Side of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
No, what?
The
Oh, dog.
old tape when he was like fucking up fans supposedly or whatever.
He was just no. This one talks about how like his wife's over here was like everything was great till he would start drinking, and then he was like, and then he'll just start being jealous and all this stuff. Yeah, bro, it was crazy. And I was like, Stone Cold, yeah, bro. And then he would start fighting with other fucking other wrestlers, and that fool was kind of racist, low key, dog. Like other wrestlers wouldn't fuck with him because he would do
you
some
really
shit.
didn't think Stone Cold Steve Austin was a little racist when you were a kid?
Hey, look, here's the only thing I can
I'm not
say.
saying he was a Nazi, but I was like, that fool definitely.
Here's the
fucking-
only thing I'll say about that. All
He's
right?
definitely one of those guys that was like, you're one of the good ones type of shit. You know?
Do you
Like,
remember? But do you remember the show Punk'd on MTV?
Yeah.
You remember his episode?
No.
Yeah, I do remember
He was
that
like-
episode.
He was like standing up for like a valet attendant or something, and somebody said something kind of ignorant, and he like snapped his neck at him like, "The fuck's wrong with you?" That he didn't know he was on camera, like you know what I'm saying? Unless he fucking did. Damn, that's crazy.
I wonder.
But-
if Punk
You know
was
what?
ever
It's because he already had been caught up with it before, like in the WWE. So he's like,
I don't know. Right then, at that point, all I know is that was his reaction. He's like, he was ready to fight the dude, and then fucking Ashton Kutcher had. I always fuck his name up like right before I'm about to say it because of what's the fucking there was some like black female comedian that would like fuck around and shit. What's his name? Ashton Kutcher. What's his name? So I always almost fuck his name up.
I'm wondering. But whatever. I'm wondering if Punk'd was actually
Legit.
legit. Like, I wonder if any of the people that were punked were in on it, as in, like, hey, we're about to punk you.
I seen a lot of like fights and almost fights and weird shit, and you seen the awkwardness. They ain't that good at actors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can see the awkwardness. Like,
It's
oh,
just, you know, it's just. I thought Pawn Stars was real. I thought Storage Wars was real, dog.
Oh, no,
at
those
this
are all-
point, at this point, I'm like, man,
Nah.
was Punk'd even real, dog?
I,
Was
I-
Jackass even
I
real?
found out exactly what he did, fool. So when he got in trouble, there was domestic abuse
Allegedly.
allegations,
Okay. See,
creative disputes, and walkouts. So like this fool walked out in certain fucking events that they were relying on him, and he got fired. And controversial storylines, but mostly I think it was a domestic abuse thing. Because I think one of his this is true. One of his wives called the cops, and then like he ran away from the cops and all this bullshit. Like it was crazy.
Oh my God,
yeah.
Steve Austin. Fucking hell.
He's like, you call the cops, and he said he threw her phone away. Then he ran away, and then they
Okay.
caught.
Does that sound like? Hold on.
Goddamn cops.
Does that sound like something that anybody at this table might not say? Like, let's just dead ass. I'm like, you don't gotta hit her or nothing. But if she's like,
He
fuck
didn't
you,
hit her. Like
fuck you, I'm gonna call the cops. And you're like, man, fuck you, bitch. You ain't calling the cops.
yeah,
Come
you
on.
just throw her phone.
Now, here's the thing, though. The
Like
minute
don't
you
hit her,
throw-
but you can throw her
the
phone.
minute you throw the phone, that's a felony.
Is it?
So it's trip out. So back before cell phones was like completely taking over, when I was still at the end of it, it was like 06 where people still had landlines. So at that time, the law read that if you yanked a landline out of the wall, that was a felony because you were preventing the woman from being, or they say victim, whatever, but you're preventing a woman from being able to seek help. Because you used to be,
sense, yeah.
look, now this is not that it's okay, but you used to be able to smack your wife and pretty much get away with it. But like after OJ, I'm being serious though. After
yeah, for
OJ,
sure. Oh, yeah, we-
there was a ton of legal
Just a
reform that
little
happened.
slappy.
There was not that you should do that, but there was a time where the cops weren't gonna, like whatever. So
They'd be like, show up and
after
be like, what you
though-
do?
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah, I hate to use this like this way, but type shit. Yeah, exactly. You know? And so, but after OJ, there was real like legal reform. I read a lot of law shit when I was in prison. So
It sounds like it's one of those that are just like
You know?
they used to think it wasn't such a big deal because nobody was getting killed.
s-
But then as soon as
yeah.
somebody gets stabbed to death, it's like ramp
a little
up security.
stabby, you
A
know.
little fucking shitter of a stabbing.
But-
What, you're saying OJ ruined it?
OJ ruined it for everybody.
Thanks a lot, OJ.
Thanks, OJ. Oh my God, I might start. You know how people say thanks, Obama? I might just watch. Thanks, OJ.
Thanks, OJ.
Hey, bro, let him rest in peace, dog.
No.
Hey, he's cold though because
Yeah, because he's dead.
Here's the thing. Oh, you. Hey, he took it to his grave though. Hey, that was fire. And he took it to his grave though, and he made his kids sign NDAs to be
Yeah.
around him. At the
Holy
end.
shit.
Yeah.
So he told them everything.
Yeah, he was like, all right, look, I'm just keeping a buck with you. Your mama was a hoe. She was sucking dick over there in Beverly Hills, had me looking stupid. So I showed up and she was sucking this other motherfucker's dick. And I was like, where the fuck you know this for? Oh, is this little asshole from the fucking restaurant? Word? That's what you're doing? So yeah, I had to book him. Like, I think that's what happened. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, like a crime of passion.
basically.
It really was it a crime of passion means you don't go to your house, dog, and get the gun. Crime passion has to be on site, dog.
That sounds pretty passionate to me.
Like, the second you don't do it, like once the
Yeah.
second you're in your car going home to grab anything,
Yeah.
that's not passionate.
Yeah, but that's my.
But what
like,
if you show
that's
back
my
up and then
thing.
you're like act surprised? You're like, and then you're like, I happen to have my gun. You know what I mean?
And then you got to think this too, though. You got to think this too. I happen to have my gun. This is why I work. So, but you got to think this too. you got to think this too, though. That fool at the time, like today, he would have probably been found guilty. And I say this for this reason. At the time, DNA evidence was like a new thing. So they literally were making fun of the DNA results. Like DNA, whoever heard of that? Like they were trying to discredit the idea of DNA being
On the crime scene.
reliable.
Fools were laughing at that shit, like how they were listening to Sarah Connor tell them about the Terminator coming to fuck things up, and they were like, "Yeah, you stupid crazy bitch, this shit ain't gonna work."
So they're like, nobody knew what that was. Nobody knew what that was. It was one of the case studies for DNA evidence. Like DNA evidence was admissible, but at the time, society hadn't accepted it just as like proven fact. So like today, yeah, I think he gets found guilty because they had his fucking DNA on the shit. Like that's the part.
I mean, but the cops tampered with a lot of it. Do I
They
think he did
claim-
They
it?
were fans,
okay,
fool.
I think they
They
did.
claim that.
I think he did it, but I think the cops fucking with and tampering it made it seem like he did
Well,
it.
they didn't do their job. I don't think they
Yeah.
tampered with it. I don't think they actually tried to switch something or frame him at all. I think that they were lazy and they didn't do their fucking job. So one of them kept the fucking evidence in his trunk, like went home and was like, "I'll take care of it on Monday or whatever the fuck."
You think he was
You know what
like,
I'm
"This is OJ's fucking club."
And then he went.
Tell you what.
And then he went, I'll tell you what. Then he went, why, if you're here in LA, why you gonna talk with a southern accent? But even Mark Furman's
I never
racist
said
ass.
the- you know that guy never said the N word.
You know what I'm saying?
Remember when they asked him that, and he's like, "I've never said it." He
Yeah,
lied.
he was the one. He was the one that kind of fucked the case up.
lied. He lied on. Oh, he lied on. And they
Imagine
thought-
you're-
they had a
Yeah,
video.
but here's the thing though. But here's the thing, and he did get convicted, or he pled no contest, I think, or he pled the fifth, whatever the fucking case was. But to the he pled the fifth to the perjury charge, and the reason why was because he lied about never saying that shit, but it wasn't material to the case. They were trying to make it that it was, but in the moment that he said that, it wasn't actually material to the case. He could have fought it, actually. Right? He's a racist piece of shit. He's a scumbag. But he actually had recourse. Where I don't know. And he's also a case of like, he's one of the first people of like a recording coming back to fuck him. Because that's what it was. It was tapes, hours and hours of him saying this shit. Supposedly his friend was trying to make a movie and she said, "Hey, come in and I want you to be a racist cop on camera and say the most racist shit that you hear when you're out there. Give me the actual shit that you say. I'm going to write a script off of that." So he did that like over a few days and shit. Again, I read a lot of legal shit and like documentary crime things in prison.
Yeah, I mean, one of the smartest guys I've ever met was in the shoe for like 5 years.
Them fools.
Bro, this fool's smart. Evans, bro.
Imagine all you do is read all day, every day.
Yeah.
All day, because I had like.
But that shit either helps you fucking just become really smart or helps you become a better criminal. Cause then,
Still smart, dog.
Because remember
Still
how
smart as
that
fuck.
remember
Still
how that fool
smart.
fucking came out?
Smart as
That fool
fuck,
came
man.
out like a fucking scammer, bro. He knew how to get away with all the scams and shit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just I'm like, yo,
I mean, yeah, I think that's just on the individual. That's on the individual. I feel like, I think certain people, if they still like the allure of whatever that offers for them, there's nothing that's gonna make them stop
like
until they get tired of it.
fools will just come out like they'll come out just a better criminal. I don't think fools go in there like be like, you know what, I'm gonna fix my grammar up. You know what I mean? When they start reading books, fools are just like, how can
I was never a dummy, but I definitely took full advantage of my time in the most positive way I could, for sure. I could say that, me personally. But I seen it. I mean, I seen fools like taking college courses and shit. I tried, but we were always on lockdown, and like the prison I was in, they weren't honoring like my college exam dates and shit. So I spent like 1 or 2 semesters trying, and I was like, nah, I'm wasting my money. I was wasting my time more than anything, like, because I'm studying and trying to get this shit done, and they weren't. When you're like doing correspondence work in prison, you got to mail the shit back and forth, and then there's a date where they got to proctor an exam for you. But when we were on lockdown, they're like, "Oh, you're on lockdown, so we can't." I'm like, "Nah, but it says here in the fucking rule book, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, You guys got to. I'm taking a college course, and so like they slow played me like twice, and I got to like on one of them I would have had an A, I got a C, and then another one like I failed the class, and I was like, yo, I'm wasting my money, you know. But I mean, I learned a lot of shit. It was like mainly business and marketing shit, because I knew what I wanted to do when I came home. I wasn't sure how I was gonna do it, but I knew I wanted to make music. It took a minute. Been fucking forever. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I just kept fucking rapping, I guess.
It's kind of sick you had that retreat from the rest of the world to kind of think about everything and kind of.
I was in prison, dog. Shit, nah. Fuck
I'm not
that.
calling it a retreat like it's a good thing,
but yes, but I used my time to the most I could for sure.
The closest,
absolutely.
I was gonna say the closest.
But I was in prison, dog. Nah, I wasn't no fucking.
No. Okay, I didn't say like a retreat, like it's a vacation. I'm saying like.
Oh, boys, like you was a club fed. Like hell nah. Like I've heard of those prisons.
No. I look at it like, and again, not at all the same, but it was like during quarantine, like that we were all not going out, whatever. Like
Yeah.
I did take like a bunch of months to just fuck off and like not do anything and kind of enjoy not having a schedule and
Sure.
But I spent most of that time learning to play my MPC.
Fine.
So it was one of those with just the when I say retreat, I don't mean retreat like a fun outing. I mean just like, you know, there's really no one fucking way to put it without making it sound like I'm trying to sugarcoat it.
No, but I was able to pause from society, I guess is what you're saying. Which
part.
is true. Like that's the part that some people have a problem with. I'm not gonna lie, when I came home I had a problem with it. Like you feel
disconnect.
Well, I went away and social media didn't exist. There was MySpace.
Yeah.
That was it. And then I came home and the word social media was a word, I guess you could say, right?
Yeah.
And so everything that came with that. So I was like, I came home and I was slow on certain shit. I just didn't, you know? I was an adult, like legally by age, like a motherfucker, but I didn't know how to do nothing. I know how to have a bank account. I never had a license.
You were just removed from everything for so long.
Yeah, I never had a driver's license. I never had a license, and I was just a badass kid, so I wasn't gonna have a license. But it's still, you know, I never really had like actually properly learned how to drive. Like I fucking learned like in a stolen vehicle.
Yeah.
Which like my policy was always like don't G ride, and then the fucking first time, dog, yeah, I got popped. I literally was learning how to drive in that bitch too. That shit was
Damn.
Yeah, that shit was wild.
That's insane.
Terrible times. I was about to say good times. Fucking terrible times.
Nah, I think we
Terrible
see a lot of hits.
Oh, and then the worst shit ever. And I never got to say this, I don't think, on a podcast. Maybe I did, but I've always wanted to say this on a podcast. Fuck, I'm high. Nah, when I got pulled over from a fucking carjacking joint, I got pulled over, and the motherfucking song "Riding Dirty" by Chameleon was on the fucking radio.
Damn.
And I'll never forget that shit. To this day, I can't hear that song. If I hear that record, they see me roll. I'm just
I'll tell you,
motherfucker.
Can
bro.
you listen to anything else off of
They don't really
Sound
be
of Revenge?
they don't really be playing that song as much though, you know. So
Nah,
like,
it still comes up. It's a
rare.
classic.
It's rare.
it comes out in movies, you know what I mean?
It's
like
rare,
it.
but yeah, when I hear it, like I've noticed before. I think it was like
Tense
a
up and
movie.
shit.
It was a movie or was something, and they had that shit on.
You know what? Yeah, that's a wild traumatic reaction because
That's
that was just
like I like my fists will clench and shit. I'm cool, man.
that's crazy.
Just tense up and shit.
Shout out Chameleon there, man. One of the smartest dudes in rap ever, actually.
Nah,
For real,
he's
no,
fucking
he-
That fool
sick.
got the fuck
Yeah.
out, invested in like Silicon Valley and all that shit.
Him and his DJ Rapid Rick is really nice. Like that you know, he's from Texas. So
Soldier Boy smart.
I would say Soldier Boy, if he's not smart, he's very fortunate.
He was smart in the sense that he used the internet the right way.
He's the first one to do it.
Yeah, in the first, like, and he was.
Yeah.
No. What I mean, wasn't he the one that had a console?
He's the
that
first
was-
one to have everything. He's
That
the first
got him
rapper to have
sued for a lot of money because he just pretty much put his sticker on the fucking console that was.
Like those Japanese ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, he found one of them little Japanese ones at a real cheap wholesale. He put some branding on it, and he got sued.
I will
With
say,
all Nintendo games. Yeah.
But look, if people liked it and people was fucking with it, that fool just be doing it. He's one of the fools that's always got a plan. Like, hey, you know, you got that primo that got a new hustle every time you see him, right?
What's that one song?
Yeah, like somebody that just always has something.
You'll always hear Crank That. Crank That ain't going anywhere. You'll hear
dunk, boom, boom. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're probably right. That's his record. But you know what's funny is I remember I seen him at the Burning Trees, and like I remember thinking, wow, the crowd seemed flat, like for his set.
Really?
Oh yeah.
And then he was at the end of the night. The crowd was probably just high and tired. It's up there, not a lot. It was hot that day. But I remember thinking, the crowd seems flat. But then there was like a viral clip of that shit.
See,
Where of like he's performing and the crowd's like flat. They weren't really
sad,
rocking with him.
man. 'Cause
He was up there really fucking doing his shit and everything.
That's what I was gonna
remember I was
say.
looking and I was like, damn, they really ain't rocking with him. Like this seemed to me at the time. And then I remember thinking about that. And then I was like, nah, I'm probably tripping. I was probably high. And then I ended up seeing that shit like on the blog. Like, and it was months after.
Yeah.
It wasn't right after. It's funny because it wasn't right after the show from what I remember. It was like months after.
XG would just put on World Star like what 3 years later.
I know. All
After
right.
that
Of what?
event, there was an event we all did. A what?
Were you
A
like,
high and hungry event.
wait, but were you fighting or?
No, he was in a porta potty.
Fucking someone hotboxed me in a porta potty with Earth smokes a lot. You know those machines that you
Oh,
put
yeah,
weed
yeah,
in and then
yeah,
you
yeah.
smoke? I was in
Yeah.
a fucking porta potty and they locked me in there for
With
like
one of
30
those.
seconds. Yeah, and they fucking hotboxed me.
Oh, with the big cannon?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, and World started like posting me and shit. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
That was
It
cool in
was so hot
2001.
that day.
It was so hot.
But that's
bro.
funny because that was what 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
That's crazy as fuck.
That was a fun one. Ezone got a fucking dunk tank. We had a human-sized bong from Earth.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool event right next to the
How do you?
church.
Can you actually hit that the human sized bomb?
You can get in it.
You just stay in it for as long as
You
you
get
can.
smoked out.
Yeah, you
Oh,
stand
it's
in it.
tough. Yeah.
Like I have a video of me in it, and then I also have a POV where I put my phone out.
How long?
I didn't
was in there
survive
for
for
a
very
minute.
long.
I
Yeah.
was
You're in there for a minute?
XG's good at it.
Yeah.
He said
Like
them-
a 60 seconds?
no,
minute?
not a
No,
60.
probably like 30 seconds.
30 seconds. And then what did you?
Cried.
I was
No.
in there for a minute, but not very long.
It's
It's a lot. You
it's
don't
a
get
lot.
you don't
Yeah,
get
there's
air.
no oxygen. It's just all smoke. It's all
Oh
thick smoke.
no! 5 seconds and I'm tapping. I'm gonna keep it a buck. You
Yeah.
can't do that. I gotta breathe.
Yeah,
Nah,
it's very
I-
claustrophobic. Yeah, and then you gotta kind of honestly rely on your homies to let you out.
Oh yeah. See no.
Nah, I would have started smashing it up though. I would have been like,
No, that was thick ass plastic. You're not doing nothing to that.
nah, trust, dog. That shit's been broken a few times. I've seen it happen before. Yeah. All right, let's get into the super chats. Thank you, everybody who's been super chatting and entering for the raffle. I already have you guys entered right here, but I'm going to read you guys. That way you know you're entered. First one comes from Speed Minion. He says, no, pues, ahí te va. All right, dog, I'll put you on the list. The next one comes from Browsy, and Browsy again. She sent two $20 super chats, so she's entering both raffles twice. So she's bound to win one of them. She has 4. She just sent 4 super chats. Thank you for that. The next one comes from 3 Eyes. Sends $50 super chat. Says, I'm here for the Lil Foo-Foos. Shout out. We don't smoke the same. Best podcast on earth. Damn. Thank you so much for that super chat, dog. Appreciate you. And good luck, dog. I got you 2 entries in there. Imagine he wins the LAFC tickets. Too bad, dog. Nah, I mean, he flies out. He's never been out here, man. He has to.
He has to come. Why hasn't he come out yet?
I don't know, man. We've invited him a few times.
Damn, he'd get treated so good if he came out here. Come
I
on
know.
out, dude.
Next one comes from DJ Paz. He enters for the La Boo Boo raffle. Good luck, dog. Tony Navarro says, I'm going to keep asking for the Nitty Sack combo of Del Taco.
Tag us. Bro, they're a franchise. He just has to go up to some place and then kind of like.
You see
how
that they
Country does
DM'd them
it.
back?
Yeah, I know.
But
Did
then
they?
again,
I didn't see the DM back.
I messaged them and I was like, yo, I tried your boxes and they sent me the same DM.
It's an automated message.
He's all excited and shit. Like, come on, dog.
Damn.
A scammer should know a scammer.
Yeah, for real.
Ooh,
Nitty is for real, dog. Come on.
Nitty.
Come on, Aladdin.
no wonder you do comedy. And it's scam.
Next one comes from Morales 79719. Says La Boo Boo, and she is ready for that one. She has sent 2 entries. Speed Minion says my Layla needs some La Boo Boo. Salute. Same team. Thank you so much. Speed Minion entered. Well, that's a $2 raffle. I'm sorry, homie. I mean, that's a $2 thing. You got to read the raffle. But thank you for the super chat. Next one comes from Tupac. Says LAFC or La Boo Boo. Saludos desde Potrilleros del Río, Guanajuato. Gente del Señor Gallo. Did I say that right, Xavier?
Yeah, you did. I don't know where that's from, but yeah.
You don't know anybody from Guanajuato?
personally like that.
You're like, where's your family's from Sonora? That's where all the light skinned fools are at?
I mean, a lot of people are light skinned over there.
Yeah. What's Sonora, like dark ass fools? I mean, I'm sorry, Guanajuato?
I don't really know. I'm telling you, I've been here since I was 3. I know. I learned shit.
Oh, you're born over there?
Yeah.
Where? They're naturalized? Or?
I'm a dreamer, huh? Yeah.
Dreamer.
Fire.
Oh, that's fire.
Who stays dreaming? Next one comes from Browsy. Says that
That hasn't been said. Don't give him that much credit, dog. Don't sit there and give that fool's a. That was very hacky of him.
Yes.
it was good.
That was
though.
very hacky. He's a comic. That's very hacky. You can do better, Ezone.
But
Don't give him that much credit. It was all right.
Our
It's-
point.
For me, it was the timing of it. It wasn't. The punch was so vicious, but it was the perfect timing.
All right.
Timing is everything sometimes.
I was like, zing. You know what I mean?
Browsy says, that's right, Hazerd. So she likes your music, dog.
That's right.
That's right. Shout out Browsy. Thank you.
Tommy's booked right now.
Tony Navarro says, my baby needs that new Labubu. Same team. Shout out. Thank you so much, Tony. Good luck. Next one comes from Roro. Rolando Valenzuela says, what up, homies? What up, dog? I'm not reading the XG one.
Beat it, dog. All right. XG pays $10. Daddy XG needs that Labubu. I know, right? Well, Ezone says other shit.
Come on, Ezone, say it.
when-
You got 3 people asking you to say it.
XG says, Daddy XG needs that Labubu.
Clip this.
I think it was just the reluctance to do it that made it great. God
All
damn.
right. It was worth $10. Let's go.
You guys are all faggots.
Worth it.
Come on, Ezone.
Next one. It comes from Mad Ways. Labubu, same team, homies. Big up. We don't smoke the same. And salute Hazerd. Blue Beard out. Damn, people fuck with you, dog.
Shout out Bluebeard.
That fool raps too.
Mad Waves goes hard. We got a
Yes,
song
he
together.
does. That fool we put it down. Next one comes from Kyra X24. Shout out, we don't smoke the same. Strong Thursday. Great show today at B Real TV Zone. You got me on whatnot. Where can I get a Labubu hat? XG, I got a single sister. What's up? XG
Fuck, Apple's pimping out
XG.
his sister.
papers are more important.
One more time.
That's how he wrote it. That's how he wrote it. But
Well,
like,
how does it say?
are
How
you
does
single?
it say?
All right.
Nah.
You're not single?
Nah.
Oh, okay. Then just move on to the next thing. It doesn't even matter.
With a banana.
Doesn't even.
Hot.
Oh, okay. I think I.
No.
Wait. You read that? Oh, I gotta.
Okay, I'm gonna read it. He wrote it like
I
that.
believe you, but this fool sounds like he's about to take his sister to fucking Figueroa.
Let me hear this.
Remember the last
He's
time
about to
somebody
drop
recommended their
rock.
sister to us? Maybe it's the same guy.
What does it say? I zoned out for a second.
It says, shout out to We Don't Smoke the Same. Strong Thursday. Great show on B Real TV E-Zone. You got me on whatnot. Where can I get a hat, a Labubu hat? XG. I got a single sister. XG, papers are more important. And he put the fucking the little eye.
My thing is more important than what?
I got a single
That whatever
sister.
his situation is
Yeah.
currently is what he's trying to
Yo.
say.
He wrote it like I got a single sister.
But
I got a single sister.
Hey, you having a little too much fun with that, Rock? Just
No, that's great. No, it's a good quote. You know what? Honestly, it's my second favorite sister quote on here. I think my favorite is "Shout out to your dead sister."
You guys are assholes for never letting that go.
Working on that.
wait, what the fuck? That's a thing?
That's its own
Oh,
story.
y'all crazy as fuck.
That was a crazy
Y'all
episode.
crazy. That's a thing. That happened.
That
Yeah.
that did happen.
I'm gonna let him know. It's been a long time. But we were here. This is back in our Coke days, Nas days, we go hard days.
Okay.
And
Okay. People have been there.
Ray hooked us up by booking a great guest. Have you ever heard of the band called Desmadre?
Yeah.
Well, we booked them, and we thought they were gonna bring the Desmadre.
Yeah.
So we got the Nas, we got the Blow, we're partying, allegedly
chill, though.
chilling. They were great, but at one of the moments we're Nasing mid podcast, and this guy starts telling his story about his sister that passed away, R.I.P. But Ezone's hitting the balloon, and out of nowhere, mid balloon, he goes, "Shout out to your dead sister."
Shout out to your
And
dead
I'm just
sister.
like, dog. And you can see them zone out, bro. They're like, nah, bro. You can just see them back, like they start leaning on the mic, and I'm looking at Ray like I'm trying to keep the podcast afloat. Ezone's still nozzing it. Ezone doesn't understand what just
They
went
were
down.
nozzing it at first too, and then and then at the end it was just me just nozzing it.
So what happened after?
Hold on, but time out. And then at the end, it was just me just nozzing it. That is the saddest fucking, like. And when all the lights were off,
It sounds like the end of a
funny is
really
just
weird
me.
party.
my tank and my fucking balloon. Shout out to your dead sister.
I was listening to the conversation, man. Like I understand, like why it
The
just.
funniest shit is because I know I got a buddy of mine that fucking with the Nas shit, and that's something he would fucking say for sure. Cause he's been like, on a good one, really wine, and then just came out and said the most literal shit. Like you look at him, you like, oh, you motherfucker.
Sometimes you just say shit like that, bro. Like it seemed appropriate at the time, but I forgot.
I got a phone call the next day.
It seemed appropriate. at the
It's my
time.
favorite quote.
But
It's
in
my
our defense,
favorite
but in our
quote.
defense, we done fucking Nas with Steftone from the Deftones.
That's not defense.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's,
not defense.
it's
That is
cool,
very
but it's not
defendable.
defense.
Not a flex, but
Yeah, dude, that's just like a random fact you just throw in for no reason.
What was that trend for a while? Weird flex, but okay. Nah, no, I get it. You're saying you party with the best of them.
Yeah, no
Which I
one.
fuck- if you partying with the fucking Deftones, I get it, bro.
Yeah, a couple times he's came
get
over
it.
and I looked at Ezo and I was like, I don't want to. He's like,
One-
and the tanks here. I was like,
One
"Oh,
time I
let's do it."
gave weed to Corrupt, and then another time I gave weed to Sugar Free, and like through a spot, like through a brand, right? We were backstage and giving them gift boxes and shit, and we got to sit and chop it up. And I was going somewhere with this. Oh, and that was a cool moment for me because I was like smoking with and talking about weed with some of my favorite rappers. So that was cool. So I get it. You know what I mean? I'm not fucking huffing on balloons. I just look, man. To each his own. I think it's like real. It's a problem, and I just
Oh,
don't.
it's bad now.
Well,
Yeah.
here's my thing. I don't understand. We did that shit in high school. Like, I know. I remember the balloons is like whatever it was, 3 for $5 or 5 for 3 or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the hell, right? Whatever it was, right?
Fool.
Fools to try to 2 for 5.
Inflation. I mean,
But back then, fools tried to 2, 3 for 5, whatever it was, right? But I remember that. But they'll be in the corner, and they were not. Nobody doing that shit. This I'm talking 2003, 2004. Nobody doing that shit was like, oh damn, bro, you the cool guy. That's the cool shit.
Did you see the
It
video?
was just like, oh, them fools like that shit. Oh, that's what's up. I don't know. Couldn't be
Yeah.
me.
No,
And then
Yeah,
like
well-
now, fool, you got fools that are like crashing their car, still hitting it. You see the what he did? You see the kid that was getting arrested? Like, he was fucked. He was done.
Yeah.
They had him at gunpoint. And this fool pulled a fucking little tank out.
Yeah.
And he hit that shit.
and
Like
then
that's a different kind of fucking.
Yeah.
I sent him the video of at a concert, the fucking
Fish concert or something like
Yeah,
that.
the
Oh,
hot
with the
dog
with
people?
the crowd, yeah.
The hot dog people aren't selling.
It wasn't the hot dog people. It was
Was
just
it?
some two random white fools that were selling.
But it was right by where all the like concessions are when you're
Honestly,
going.
fool,
and,
we
like-
should just fill those up. And next time there's a concert, we should just go make some money.
No, you're gonna get arrested, bro.
Those fools did it.
I love Ezo's logic. Those fools did it.
Just gotta do it at the parking lot.
You're not gonna. So any big venue has like NFL security protocols, right? So you're not gonna get near anywhere with something that big without setting off their security. They're gonna be on you from the rib, because you gotta wheel the fucking tank in. So what are you gonna put the tank in? They're gonna know.
sneak it in under your shirt.
They're gonna know, I guess. Unless you make it look like a hot dog cart. Imagine make it look like a hot dog
I'm
cart.
telling you, that's what I think they were doing. It was at a concert and there was a bunch of kids on the street buying it.
They were not kids.
Oh,
they were
word?
adults.
And it looked like a hot dog
Adults.
cart.
What I mean by kids,
But
Bunch
it
of
looked like, it looked like a
rascals.
hot dog cart, but it was balloons.
yeah, it was like instead
Oh,
of hot
that's
dogs,
fucking
yeah.
crazy. That's wild.
I mean, they already do
That's-
that at concerts. I mean, when you're walking up to concerts, they're already selling you shots, beer.
Yeah, that's just general degenerate behavior, though.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. But you don't
Normal
think that's
shit.
upping it? If they don't know if someone will buy it, they'll be there. Supply and demand. Look at his own supply and demand. You already heard him saying, "Why don't
Yeah.
we do it?"
I don't know. We'll figure it. All right, let's finish getting ready to the rest of the super chats because they're gonna pick the winners soon. Next couple super chats come from Tony Gillen. I got you. I entered you on there. Rolando Valenzuela sends another one. I put your name in here as well. Eric Cruz sends another one as well. After that, we got Team Sesh Push says, we love Labubus and we love LAFC. Need them both or my wife is going to leave me. You know what I mean? It is 42. Next
A lot
one.
writing on this.
Next one comes from 10 Flowers. Says, I love Labubus. I hope everyone is having a nice day. Be safe. Edwin Velasquez says, some say bridges are just brave roads. There you go. Thank you so much for that super chat. Love Them Killers says, yo, Hazard, high socks and lo-fi is dope. Any plans for hard copies?
Yeah, we're gonna run a vinyl run. Shout out my boy Dodger. He's off camera right now. Let's do the A&R that project. Shout out Zapata the Ghost, Julio G for hosting it.
That's tight. Julio G hosted it?
Yeah.
Legendary.
Yeah, it was dope to hear Westside Radio, Julio G. I only fuck with dope shit. You know, this is Hazard. Like that shit, that meant a lot. You know, he hosted the whole tape though. It's like he's the very first thing you hear and the very last thing you hear is his voice. Like he intros the tape, he outros the tape. It was
Keeping it OG.
Yeah, we just wanted to kind of make it feel like a rap album when rap albums were rap albums and not fucking like experimental R&B fucking, you know what I'm saying, like pop punk, you know, audio experimentations. Like I ain't mad at nobody for doing it, but I don't do none of that shit, bro. I just rap.
Respect.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and so fortunately for me, it's been a lot of people kind of on that wave, and that kind of brand of like lyrically driven rap is kind of popular right now. So it's like I've been able to kind of take advantage of that. People are willing to listen to what I'm doing.
As you should, man.
You know, but yeah. So physical copies, yes, we want to do a vinyl run, for High Socks and Lo-Fi, and then I really want to do something cool for another physical that would be more like a disc, I guess. I got to get it done first though. So, but yeah, I got two physical releases. We're gonna have a vinyl release, and then we're gonna have another physical release, without giving too much away. And that's gonna be a unique experience. So, stay tuned for that. And we on the Proud to Pay model. So shout out Nip Hustle for that one. It's gonna be like real limited. On a vinyl, we might do maybe like 400 or 500 pieces.
There you go.
So yeah,
Sick.
and then on the other physical medium that we're gonna have, that might be 1,000. We'll see though. But yeah,
Limited shit.
so yeah, so we're definitely coming with that soon. Thank you for listening, man. High Socks and Lo-Fi is out on the platforms now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, appreciate that. Who was that?
I believe his name. Love Them Killers.
Shout out to Them Killers.
Next one comes from Tony Jenkins. Says, shout out my boy Eric at Amazon. I put him onto your show. Chinese people. That's what he wrote.
That's how he wrote, and that's how you said it.
Well, I mean, keep it authentic. Oso 420 says, same team. Shout out to everyone in here. Puro, we don't smoke the same. California, LA. Salute to you. And last one comes from... Shit, damn, I just got a whole...
Nah, there's a few in there.
Oh, wait, yeah. God damn.
They
So,
real?
yeah. Hell yeah, they are. What the fuck?
It says bootleg, though.
They're tripping, dog. Go fucking check the verification. Tony Navarro says, look up the old rule of thumb of hitting your wife. And I did look it up. And
Man, we all seen Boondock Saints.
well, it says rule of thumb. It says, I'm going to say it anyways in case for the people who haven't. An American friend has suggested that the term rule of thumb derives from an archaic English law forbidding a man from beating his wife with anything thicker than his thumb. There you go.
Yep.
Hey yo,
But that's like the first.
how did you
3
fucking
minutes
pronounce archaic? By the way, go run that back. How did you pronounce? Did you say archaic?
Yeah, archaic or archaic.
All right.
I don't know.
My bad. I'm
Said
high
that.
as
If I
fuck.
would have said that shit, I would have never.
That's
lived
why.
it down.
That's why I
Y'all
gave it to him. That's why I gave it to him.
Deport his ass right now. He says, and you guys are like, "Oh, okay, I can see how."
Hey, hold
No,
on.
now it's Archeac, bro. It's Archeac. It's always been Archeac.
Yeah, it's supposed to college graduate and just fuck that up.
That's 2 kinds of paperwork I got on you.
Jesus Christ.
Yo, X, you all deport U.S. citizens, so
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going through. It needs to go through Congress.
Archeac.
president.
Yeah, Archeac.
Archaic.
I'm gonna send that to Trump. I'm like, look at this for archaic. Archeac. Deport
He's
his
gonna
ass.
tell you it's okay. He voted for me.
Hey, you see that fool getting arrested by ICE in the fucking Trump 2024 shirt?
Oh, no, I haven't seen that.
No, that shit was fire. There's a picture. It's really fire. That fool was really trying to blend in. You know what I'm saying? He had the- Pobre señor. I was like, fuck. That was a crazy one.
I did see that. The next one comes from Do You're a Ho Choi. I think that's the name. Yeah. Yeah, Do You're a Ho Choi 420. He wants the boo boo. Next one comes from DJ Boz. Said, damn, he sent $100. Salute to him.
Yeesh. Thank you, homie. Like
Says-
always. Gracias.
Rock, you rock. You're a great co-host, man. Keep the fingers banging. Pause.
Much love, man.
I
Yeah,
know, I
he
just
he was
said it.
replying because Bruce in the chat's being a cunt.
Cut.
Yeah, he's always a cunt, bro.
Yeah, he is a cunt. But nah, thank you, DJ Pass. I really appreciate the love.
Oh,
Thank
fuck yeah.
you.
Gracias, compa. Dude, you should come be a host.
Yeah. What, Bruce?
No, DJ Paz.
Oh, I was like, what the
I just put your name. I just put your name in again there a couple times, DJ Paz.
hell yeah.
Next one comes from Frank. Says 1999. Says, what's up with Eddie Bravo? LL E-Zone. You don't likey that fool, do you? Why? Because I posted that video of the video of him being the skit that he did a while ago of him being put to sleep or some shit.
That's a skit, yeah.
Yeah, and I was just like, and I put pro pen or no pen.
Yeah, no, you
Yeah, the fuck fool. He has a pen that he doesn't promote.
Oh, yeah, it's got his autograph and shit on it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, next one comes from Emram. What is it? Says saludos from Texas. And the last one comes from Love Them Killers. Says Hazard's Julio G interviews are fire too.
Oh man, shout out to you, dog. Appreciate that. He actually be paying attention. Good looking out, bro. Appreciate it. Yeah, I did a couple sit downs with Julio. One before the album had dropped, and then one after. The one after, we were really just focused on the actual project. He asked me a couple like real specific questions, whatever. That shit was cool. The camera fucking turned off. I remember like the end of the interview, it kind of like it's just the graphic. Like I think one of his batteries died or some shit. But he had a bunch of audio. He had to cut it though because nobody wants to look at a fucking flyer. You know what I mean? So like last like 2 minutes of the last pod we did is like that.
Damn, at least it's the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, it's the very end of it. I mean, there was way more, but I guess the battery had fucking died on one of the cameras or some wild shit. But yeah, man. So shout out. What was that? Love Them Killers, right?
Yep. Salute
Good looking out, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, salute to everybody that has been watching. Thank everybody. One more. Oh, the last one comes from Greg Zabo. No need for the shout out. Order up some food.
That's considerate.
That's
man.
very
Thank you.
considerate.
Thank you, homie.
Yeah. I think is that because I wrote in there, I'm like, Happy Meal sounds nice. And then I wrote, it gives me the shits.
It could be that. We went on a food tangent for a minute, dog. Definitely gonna just go eat a burger tonight. I'm fucking starving.
That was the last one. So let's pick the winners. What are we gonna do first? XG, the tickets for the LAFC or the Labubu?
Do the LAFC tickets first. I know these people want the Labubus. Make them wait for it. Make them wait for it. Hit that like button. We guys wait there. Leave a comment, please. Go hit the Patreon. We got a secret menu over there. Chiclets all day, homie. Go get those hash holes.
Okay, let's pick the winner for the LAFC tickets. I will see you on Saturday. If you're out of town, I'm sorry. I'm going to put you back in the raffle and give it to somebody else because I know some of you guys are local. So the winner is XG. No, I'm just kidding.
That's why I said
the winner is Emran, which is one of the last guys who super chatted. So Emran.
Way to get that.
Oh, wait.
in.
He says saludos from Texas. So
shout out to Texas.
I wait.
all right, so I'm gonna
Here's the thing. If I win the Labubu and I open it and it's black, I got to keep it. But if it's not, I'll re-raffle it off. I highly doubt I'll win it, but just in case it fucking happens.
Imagine if who gets it.
Yeah, if I get it, I'll open it. If it's
Fool,
black,
you're gonna
I gotta
piss off
give it
the
away.
fans, dog.
No,
All
I'll
right.
give it away.
All right.
Yeah, it just can't be black. 'cause
all right.
That's the one everyone wants.
Damn, can't be black, huh? Damn. All right, here we go. All right,
This
let's
show
pick.
took a
But
weird
in this
turn.
case, you want the black one.
Huh?
In this case, you want the
Yeah, I
black
do
one.
want the black
All
one.
right, listen.
You sound like a
going,
Hollywood
it's going.
actor adopting a child.
The winner for the tickets are DJ Paz. He got the he got the pair of tickets.
Right.
Damn.
Yeah, dog.
Hell yeah. Take one of your kids. I know he's probably gonna end up buying more tickets because he has like a lot of kids, but
Yo, you can sit next to Ezone because he's gonna have those spots open.
yeah.
So
Well
it's gonna be a good
deserved.
time.
Yeah, so salute to DJ Paz. Let me know. Claim your tickets. Congratulations. And now for what everybody wants, dog. The big into energy raffle number 1.
Come on, winner.
And the winner is
Come on, guys. Dude, come on.
Imagine
Let me get it on the river,
did I
dog.
men-
Let
did
me
I
get it
mention
on the
it?
river, dog. Let me get it on the
Dog.
river, dog.
3 Eyes won it.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not even fucking playing, dog.
Yeah, 3 Eyes won it.
3 Eyes
dog.
fucking won it, dog.
Congrats.
Way
Three
to
Eyes.
go, 3 Eyes.
And DJ Paz is in town. I mean, I don't know if he's in town, but he's local, so he might be able to go. So
3 Eyes, if you want to fucking re-raffle it, if you were just joking.
Oh, he said he can't go. DJ Paz said he can't go. You want to redo it?
Okay, cool.
he wanted the Labubu. Oh.
We'll figure something out.
Should I do another one? No. Nah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how many super chats we did get, but I'm gonna try to do. I'm gonna try to do them a lot because I mean I don't want. I have to still have them for my website. But thank you so much everybody for tuning in. 3 Eyes, congratulations! And he did say he was in for the Lafufus.
We do the ticket.
Oh, yeah, you got to re-raffle the ticket.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all right. We're gonna pick a winner for the ticket right now. Come on, motherfucker! Now it's not the time
go.
to freeze.
Yeah, don't be freezing.
Damn, dog.
I love that noise. Do it again.
Yeah, dog. Rock fucking.
Rocky's good with this.
I got everybody doing this. That's great.
Do that in person.
All right, the winner is for the tickets. Hopefully you are fucking local. Speed Minion. Speed Minion, are you local? Is he local?
Let's go, Spin Minion. Are you?
Where are you from?
Come on, fool. Where you from, dog?
Yeah, is that fool local? Check his super chat. What did he say?
All right. If he doesn't reply, do one more. Second up if he's not. That's 3 in a row. Si no, ya se acabó.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Speed Minion, if you are in town, this is your ticket. And if you don't claim it or you're not in town, who is it again, E-Zone?
All right.
Do it one more time. And then that's the third. Y si ya, pues ya ni modo. I'll go. Me and Chicklets will
Let's
go.
roll, fool. Fuck it, let's do it. Wait, what day is it?
I think it's a Saturday, no?
Yeah, Saturday.
Saturday.
Let's go vlog it. Wait, how many tickets is it?
We can get some though.
Yeah?
Yeah, he's fun though. This was got the plug.
Let's go vlog it, vlogger. LAFC, huh?
Yeah,
I
dog,
wonder
yeah.
how many.
game.
I wonder how many followers I gotta get before they like invite me and put me on the jumbotron.
They don't even invite us, and we wave at all the people at the bottom.
The winner is.
They don't know us and shit,
Hey,
right?
dog.
Fire.
He's not gonna get left this weekend because the winner is Team Sesh Push, dog. Congratulations, dog.
There you go.
So congratulations, he is a fellow 42. So you got the 2 tickets.
Hey.
Fuck yeah, dog.
So hey, dog, you got 2 supporter tickets. Congratulations, dog. Thank you so much for participating. I know it wasn't the Labubu, but you know, hey, that's your name came up.
Next Thursday, Labubu giveaway again. He's on or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it.
There we go. Dog.
Yeah, we're gonna keep
You should
doing.
get one of those one that's like they got a little outfit. Like that one looks pretty.
That's
Got
mine,
some
dog.
I
Prada
know. I can
on.
tell it's got a Prada. It's on a chair, dog.
Is that a real Prada? Is that some fake
No, it's
Prada?
not,
How does
bro.
I don't know how this shit works. I don't even know what the fuck a Labubu is.
Look, put it next to you. Show it. He's on.
Yeah, bro.
So your
It was
Labubu's
like,
wearing some
The
fufu?
thing from what's that movie? Austin with the little minion.
Austin Powers?
Austin Powers. Yeah, you look. That's like
Did
your
you
little.
just call
fucking
Mini
name.
me a minion?
Yeah.
Hey, all right, let's give it up for the guests, bro. For real, let's give it up. Want to thank you for coming by, bro. And where can they follow you at and check your stuff out? Or you got any shows popping?
Yeah. First of all, thank y'all for having me. I haven't been this high in at least a week and a half. Kush stock. When was Kush stock?
That was like 2 weeks ago.
Okay,
Oh,
Kush
yeah.
stock. I think one time after Kush stock, I went to like Thousand Oaks. We were at a brewery. I wasn't drinking and I was fucked up. That shit was cool. Yeah, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, all your major platforms at I'm a Hazerd. The letter I, the letter M, the letter A, Hazerd. Every week for the last 316 weeks, I drink a 40 of Mickey's and I drop a verse under the banner 40 Ounce Fridays. After 316 weeks, I own a name. We're talking to the Guinness Book of Records right now because we think I own a record. Yeah. Shows May 31st with my boy VHS and Vel. Is it Vel the Wonder? I think it is Vel. Yeah, I think it's VHS and Vel. And me and I think the homie Speak. We're rocking in El Monte. That's May 31st. June 13th, I think. It's Friday. If June 13th is Friday the 13th, I think I got something coming. I'll wait for the lineup to drop on that. And then I just got the flyer today. I'm gonna be at Rhymefest.
Nice.
Sick.
Fuck yeah.
So yeah, they finally put my name all little at the bottom. They DM'd it to me and I was just like, okay, my name has to be here. Let me find it. I was like, if I fucking count to 10 and I can't find my name, and then I opened and I seen it like right away. I was like, oh, okay, it's whatever.
That's sick though.
But yeah, so
Congrats.
yeah, Rhymefest. Yeah, so we doing Rhymefest whenever
Fuck
that is.
yeah.
August 16th or whatever.
Yeah.
Make sure I'll be there for sure. I have a booth, so make sure you guys stop by and check
that's
out
fire.
the music and come check out the merch.
Fire.
Thank you, Ray, for producing the podcast as usual. Morning Shot Films, Morning Real Podcast. Thank you so much for check them out. The new one coming up with Xavier where they review Fat Girl. Rock, you got any shout outs?
Yeah, thanks so much for tuning in today, guys. Had fun on the mix show. Thanks, Hazerd, for jumping on the freestyle on that.
Yeah, thanks for having me, doggy.
Yo, if you get the Guinness Book of World Records on that shit, holler at me. Let's do a special one, and then you should drink a Guinness when you do that instead of your Mickey's.
I'm drinking who pays me.
That part.
We in conversations.
I
on this.
you go.
respect that.
So yeah, 40 Ounce Fridays. 40 Ounce Fridays beer sponsors. Y'all holler at me if you guys are serious. We trying to get that done quick, fast, and in a hurry.
There
Hell
you go.
yeah.
Hit that like button, subscribe, go to the Patreon. Head over there. We got uncut vlogs where you already know shit we say. That's why Residence Uncut for $5. Go to the Patreon. Hit that like button. Thank you for everybody who donated for the boo-boos. They're coming in hot. Anyone who wants one, hit me up. I might use one, might hook it up for me. I don't know. Who knows?
Feel free to chop this. Look, fool, at the end of the fucking day, homie, we don't smoke the same. All right?
Hell yeah.
That's what
Fuck
it is.
yeah.
There you go. Yeah, like I said, make sure you guys go to the website, flavorsbyezone.com, highandhungry.shop. Also, follow me on Whatnot at Flavors by Ezone. There is a lot of new stuff up there. I have a couple sales up there listed up there as well. Trust me, I'll send you the link so you can get your shit started as well. Also, there's a couple new vlogs dropping on my personal page. So look out for that. A couple of how-to videos for, especially the one how to actually properly smoke a hash hole, because I'm tired of seeing you guys burn it, the wrong way. So yeah, so I fucking made that. It's coming with the Chiclets hash hole. With that being said, I'll see some of you guys this weekend. Congrats to all the winners. See you guys late. Go get the Labubu's on my website.